guys, how are you? Good morning. I see everybody. Nawaona wote leo. Naona Lawrence, naona Mwanyagatinge. Naona family vlogs. Saseni. Let me add you guys so I can say hi hata kama. Hey. Hi Lawrence. Sasa. Is Lawrence even aware that I've just added him? Hi, Lawrence. Sasa, I just wanted to say hi. Can you hear me? Siwezi msikia tena. Amepotelea wapi? Before he comes back, let me say hi to you guys. Sasa. Saseni. Ai, kwani mnaenda wapi nyinyi wote? Sasa.
Poa sana.
Niaje. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nakwambia
This is good afternoon.
Good. Yeah, by the way nyinyi ni good afternoon. Ishafika 12.
Imefika 12.
Mi ndio nafikisha sijui 10:20. Nasikia ni kama saizi ndio nimeamka.
Sasa niko ndani ya nyumba sasa. I'm live.
You're live, manze. Jana nilidiscover StreamYard. Hey, sinasikia ni kama nimefika.
Unatumia nini laptop ama simu?
Laptop. Nilidiscover jana kutumia laptop, nilifunzwa na Akot. Nasikia nikuwa mbele.
Hizi vitu ni hivyo sasa, ni kufunzana.
Si ndio? Niliwaona wakitumia na family vlogs nikaenjoy sana, so I wanted to try it out. Niaje?
Okay.
Kwani leo uko free?
Leo ni weekend, si uko job.
Si basi leo watu watengeneze video kama zote.
Ndio hivyo sasa. Lakini laziness ndio inachukua.
Ati?
Laziness ndio ya hali ya juu.
Hakuna laziness leo. Leo mtakuja, leo kwanza nitakaa live, itakaa mpaka mchoke. Juu hata kama sikai nitaiacha iendelea kama mko busy. Mnikaishe leo.
Ndio ufika monetization.
Nikuwe wadosi kama nyinyi.
Unajaribu kukimbia.
Hii pesa ingie kama yenyu.
Yangu imekataa kutoka, sijui ni nini.
Aya, by the way haitoka.
Lakini raundi itatoka.
Manze, hii pesa imekusumbua. Ile siku itatoka ikuwa milioni. Wacha nigote family vlogs. Hi family. Niaje family? Mwanyagatinge usihepe. Family. Hi family. Hey family vlogs. Umehepa tena? Mwanyagatinge. Kwa nini mnahepa nyinyi wote? Family? So how are you guys? How are you? Thank you so much for joining me today. And so guys, yesterday I started my podcast series, and today is the second day of the podcast. My name is Bucket Lisses. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining my live stream today. So I have decided to start this podcast series and do it on a daily basis or every second day. Because I want to invite you guys to a journey of hi, how are you? Thank you so much for joining, Jorlyn. Yes, so I've started this podcast because I want to share with you guys everything you need to know about life abroad, about life in Germany, life in Australia, life in Canada, life in Portugal. We just want to tackle a few things so that all of you who have questions about how life in abroad is, you get to hear it firsthand from people who are living abroad. And so yesterday I was talking to Nduta, and she's from Portugal. She is a nutritionist, and she told us a lot about nutrition in Europe and in diaspora, let me say. And if you want to see that, you can always check it out. The video is on my YouTube channel. And today I have a very, very special guest, a very special person to me. And I wanted her to be among one of the first people to come on my podcast. Reason being, I know her very well, first of all. And secondly, I know her story, and I know it's going to be very inspiring for you. I know she has a lot of information about life in Australia. So I cannot wait to talk to her. This is going to be very, very relaxed. First of all, because we know each other for a very, very long time. I'll let her tell you all about that. But most importantly is I know she has a lot of information for anyone who wants to go to Australia someday. She can tell us how life is there, how she expected it to be, if it was exactly what she expected or not. So the problem with this interview or this discussion was the time difference. I definitely knew it was going to be challenging because she's in Australia. The time difference is just massive, and for us to plan our time so that we can both make it in our tight schedules, it had to be right now. And I'm very, very happy, guys, that you're already on here. Thank you so much for joining us. Wendy, hey! Azumbi, hi! Geraldine, thank you so much, guys, for watching. And I know that for people who are in Kenya, it's still very early. It's noon right now, right? Whew, for me, it's 10 a.m. in Germany. For my guests, is around 8 p.m. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. Let me just get into it and let me bring our guest. I am so excited. Very, very much excited.
Hi.
Finally, right?
Yep.
Oh my God. I think you guys need to move closer to us. This time difference is killing me. It has always been so hard just even getting time to call each other and to just talk, right?
It is. And you're like, I've given up by now because I don't know what the time difference is. What
Yeah.
time is it? And you're like, oh, I'm so happy I got you on time. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm going to bed. Oh shit, I'll try tomorrow. Sorry for the language.
I'm still not yet used to it. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm not used to it. I still ask, are you going to work or coming back home?
Yeah, it's a bit like
And
that.
how long are you in Australia right now? That is long enough for me to have already understood how time works, right?
Yeah, I have got world clock on my phone, and I've got time in Berlin, and I know we are 10 hours ahead of you. So it's 8:32 p.m.
Okay.
And you
And
look
it's 10.
so beautiful.
Myself or
Yep,
you?
you do.
Look at my eyes. I haven't slept today, but let us not talk about that. So, welcome to my podcast.
Thank you. Thank you
I
for
am
having me.
I'm very, very excited that we get to talk not only privately, but we can also talk on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And today, I want us to just discuss life in Australia.
Yes.
Because I know everything about you of a lot. So because if you start like this, we'll just talk, 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 talk. So let me
Mm-hmm.
let you introduce yourself.
Right.
Yes.
So, my name is Emily Nyakio from Kenya.
Okay.
A town called Kerugoya, 2 hours from Nairobi. I have been in Australia now for 4 years. It's going to be 4 years next month. Time has just flown by. I don't understand. And I am a youth worker by profession. But that's not what I did when I first got here. We'll get into that a bit later if
Okay.
time allows us to.
Mhm.
And what else can I tell you about me? I don't know. I'm a sibling, three, middle child. I've got a brother and a sister. I've got special people in my life. I've got good friends, and I've got you. And what else can I tell you about me? Really, just that's about it. And a lover of life, most first and foremost.
Yeah, I would also
Lover
say
of
that about.
life, and just practicing gratitude is my thing a lot.
Mhm.
And if you check my Facebook, it's I wrote just a few years, I think last year or a year before, a lover of life, I think, and an advocate of self-love and self-actualization, something like that. So
Yeah.
I'm really self-awareness. That's the one. I've just
Wow.
remembered.
That is also
Yeah. So
those are
just
all
a
the
few
things.
things.
Those are also all the things I would say about you. So it's
Mm.
very interesting. So before
Mm-hmm.
we continue, let me just say hi to the people who are coming in. Akot
Yep.
is saying, says, accept the kind compliment. Was it? What is it? Okay, thank you, Nyakeo, that you said I look beautiful. I'm sorry, Akot.
I read something about that the other day. Sorry to interrupt you. It is good to a page I follow on Instagram. Just learn to say thank you. I mean, to accept compliments without saying something back to look nice. So if someone says thank you, just say thank you, and that's it. You look beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's hard to do. I know. It's
And
so
you know
hard.
what? And you know what? We all know that we should just say thank you and that's it. But you always think after you've already done it. Like myself, like it's a habit to just put yourself down in a way. I don't know. That is a very bad habit.
It's
But
like you feel guilty for being. Pardon?
I always think about it later after I've said, na venye nimechoka. I should have just said, you
Now
know,
I'm getting a bit.
bad habits. And Jorilyn is saying, watching here from Philippines. Oh my God. Hi,
Wow, where in Philippines
Philippines.
is she or he? Is it Jolene?
Yeah, Jorilyn.
Wow. Hi,
And
Jolene. Hi, Wendy. Hi, everybody.
yeah, Wendy's here. I'm so happy Wendy's here. Really want to go abroad soon if there is an opportunity. There are always opportunities, and that is what I'll be doing on my podcast. I will just be giving you guys ideas on how you can go abroad and just real time stories from real people who are abroad and what they're going through or how life is, just so that you guys have a little bit more information. Akot TV saying, Nyakeo, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, host from Queen Dio. Hey, Queen Dio, you guys are looking beautiful. Thank you. I've just been taught to just say thank you, so thank you. Nyakeo, tell her again. Don't do that. Is Nyakeo
You
is
look very beautiful, Cecilia Modoni.
Is Nyakeo a YouTuber? Yes, she is. She's new on these streets of YouTube, and her YouTube channel is called Nyakeo Official. I gave her a shout out on the snack video. So go to the snack video and you'll find her link below in the description box, definitely. But Nyakeo Official is her new YouTube channel. She's very new here. So, guys,
I'm new in the streets.
the streets of YouTube.
So,
Everybody
be
here is
showing minimum, no.
everybody here is actually on YouTube. So after this video,
Wow,
you can take them out and you will learn also a lot from these people. Oh
I
my God,
bet.
I can already see all the beautiful channels here.
Mhm.
So make sure you check them all out. So guys, please, I will read the comments after we are done because if I continue like this, we'll never talk to our guest. So let us just get into this. How long do we know each other? You're better with your memory is always better than mine.
Uh, we have known each other since 2009. 9? Yes, 9. Mm-hmm.
9?
Just before I turned 19. There you go.
Right.
I've revealed my age already.
You're that young?
Stop it.
So,
Don't think
guys.
so. Mm-hmm. We
Guys, you know each
met when I was 19.
Where do we know each other from? I'm the interviewer here. Where did we know each other?
I met Cecilia in Nairobi when I went to college, and my mother had to find accommodation for me, and we found hostels. So I met you at a hostel that was down in what road was that? But I know it was closest to Koja roundabout.
Yeah.
So that's where we met. And I initially we didn't share a room initially because I went for a 2 sharing room, if you remember.
I remember.
That one in the corner closer to the bathrooms. And then after I met you, actually, that's when I came and we were all big, and then we were like, come on, this is much more fun. And yeah, we did that. So that's where we met, hostel, Nairobi.
So guys, if you know Nairobi well, we used to stay at a hostel like Nyakio said, or Emily said. We used to stay in a hostel at Koja there because we were both in school. So so that's how we got to know each other, and ever since we've been friends, and I can definitely say she's been one of the closest people to me. So when you're doing this talk, I might be biased, but I will definitely try to get as much information as you guys need. So let us continue. So you're now in Australia. I'll just jump in. How did it happen? How did you go about it? How did you find yourself in Australia? Let's start there.
What brought me to Australia was love. So
isn't that a good reason?
Love
is a good reason to do anything. Yeah.
Yes. So that's how I happened to come here. But in saying that, I've always way before that love and meeting him, I always wanted to go abroad.
Yes.
I remember that was I don't know if it's right to say, but I always kind of felt like a misfit of some sort. If you're close to me, you will know. So I always had this thing where I knew I wanted more, and more had to come in some way, shape, or form. So I actually visited an office in Nairobi that said study in Australia. I don't remember what they're called. I think there were so many advertisements online, but then studying in Australia is not cheap. And the way my bank account was set up back then, I'm quoting Kevin Hart. The way my bank account was set up back then, that was not going to happen at the time. God. So I just ended up studying, being in hostel. Yes, and then I came here in 2017, landed on the 24th of February at 7:20 p.m. touchdown.
Okay. So you love took you to Australia. That's what we just said. Okay. So before love happened and before love took you to Australia, which other countries were like on your list? You know those countries you're like, I need to go to this country definitely.
Yes. Pretty cliche. America. Growing up, I think I had an American dream.
Sorry. Did you know which state?
Pardon?
Did you know which state you wanted to go to?
No, I just knew America was it. I did not know what state. I just, you know how you know this is what I want to do, and you see these things. I would probably say the movies hype things up, and you see people going to college. There's some sense of freedom, and I don't know. Life just seemed better, and I'll explain why I'm quoting better.
I understand.
Later on as we go. And so, yeah, that was it. And other than that, I wanted to go to the UK, but more so to travel or visit, and Oxford University again. Big dreams, man, big dreams. Big dreams.
Wow. So okay. So yeah, if you did not go to Australia and you had another chance, you'd have gone to the US.
Yes, definitely, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, for me, Germany was also not my first choice.
Really, that's interesting.
It wasn't
What
because
was your first?
yeah, and I'm very happy here now, but it wasn't my first choice. But I also wasn't sure if I wanted to go to the US. I knew I
Okay.
wanted to go somewhere, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to the US. I had already heard a lot of good stuff, but also a
Mhm.
lot of bad stuff. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to go there, but I knew I wanted to go abroad. I was also one of those people who just was just looking for opportunities to just go outside country in any way or form.
Mhm.
And I'm happy it happened, but Germany was also not my first choice. So okay, um, what was your first impression of Australia when you got there? Like the first week?
Um, this is going to sound a bit unrealistic, but as soon as you land, I don't know what I was expecting to see. I was like, oh, so they've got normal roads like us. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, oh, so this is it?
You're
I
expecting
felt
you're expecting streets made of glass
gold.
and
We'll talk about it today. I need my streets lined in gold because this was not it. I don't know why. I am speaking for myself, but I'm pretty sure I represent other people who you think your impression of Maju, Yanukenda Maju. Hey, it's not. I found streetlights. Everything was normal, really, other than
yeah.
the fact that, and the roads were wider, of course, from the airport. The airport was big. That blew my what? The
Where
airport
did
and the
you land?
security.
Where
Have
did
you
you
watched?
land? In
Pardon?
Sydney? Where
Yes, I
did you
landed
land?
in Sydney, and I
Oh,
don't know if you've watched Border Security Australia.
yeah.
And yes, and I had obviously packed the most of my 27 years of being in Nairobi in two suitcases.
Do you, do you remember my bag? Oh no, because you took me to the airport.
I do. I mean, I don't know why we were packing like the world was like it was, we had the apocalypse was near or something. But I remember me praying and us and me saying that just because other people get checked, it doesn't mean that it's going to be my portion. So me, I don't want to be hassled because can you imagine unpacking two suitcases one by one for security? And God was faithful to me and so good to me because all I got was welcome to Australia, darling. There you go. And I was like, oh, so good. Relieved that I didn't have to do all of that. And people left, right, and center were being pulled just randomly. Would you come step aside and do these things? But for some reason, a very, very good reason, I wasn't one of them. And I was grateful for that. So at the airport, you go overwhelmed. I'm just going to try and take you through my brain. I have never been around so many Westerners, surrounded by so many Westerners, and without no one that looks like me.
Oh, that was the
Yes,
first time.
that was the first time. I have never been. No, where in Kenya do you go? Maybe Village Market, and that's a restaurant.
Yeah, even
And
in village
you're not
market, you
kind of thinking about it because you know this is your country, this is your home. You're there for a meal or shopping, and then you leave. Whereas
mm-hmm.
this one, everywhere I looked, I was the one. But I kept telling myself I must be very, very special. I must be so, so blessed because this is, an opportunity. And oh man, it was something else. And it drizzled. I remember on my way back home because I live in Wollongong, which is an hour and a half from Sydney. I got taken to the first place I went was I looked at a view that looked at the whole of Wollongong. When you visit, when you come,
I
I'll give you
will.
the exact same experience. And it was drizzling, so I went to a lookout, and that was a good, good, good welcome. I was jet lagged. I mean, nighttime here was still like midday, so I was like talking, and everyone came to say hello because everyone knew Emily was coming, and hi, and it was a good night when I
Yeah.
got here. It was all right.
So you traveled alone? Was that your first?
Yes,
No,
I
it
traveled
wasn't.
alone. Can I show you my my travel companion?
Yes.
Something that this is, just hold up. Hold on.
Yes. All right. So, family, I see you. I see you, family vlogs, my brother. How are you? I hope you're well. So, Asumbi,
I currently,
Asumbi is welcoming you to YouTube. Nyakio.
mm, thank you so much. Thank you.
And Wendy saying, go to love the selected for a random check.
Yes, Wendy did tell me she got selected, I think.
Oh,
I think so. I think so. Correct
yeah.
me Wendy, if I'm wrong, but nah, I don't know. I'm not one of those people.
You know, I was also very lucky because it was my first flight ever.
Mm.
You had gone abroad before you went to Australia, right? You had gone to
Yeah, I went to
Thailand and
Thailand.
Dubai, I think. Yeah.
Oh yes! Oh
Yeah.
my God! You
See,
have to tell guys that you gifted me that
I'm
trip to
gi-
Dubai. Don't
I'm
just
such,
usually drop it
I'm
like
that kind
that.
of a friend.
I would love for everyone to know you gifted me that trip to Dubai.
I'm that
So
kind of a friend. I've never been to Dubai myself, but I gifted you a trip to Dubai. What is wrong with me?
yeah. You just love me too much. See?
Anyway,
Yeah. So I
anyway,
got my travel companion.
yes.
It's not what or who you're expecting. I bought.
That looks like me. Were you trying? Were you trying to buy one that looks like me?
Look at that.
Did you
Aren't
travel with
they
that?
beautiful? I did. I traveled with him on the plane. I mean, him, I gave him the gender. It's not a she.
You bought.
Good. I just thought I'm going to bring something for me from home to
Yeah.
make me feel, I don't know, safe. And the kids at the airport were looking at me with puppy eyes. And I was like, no, this is mine. But anyway, that was just, by the way, sidetracked.
All
But yeah,
right.
I
So
traveled alone.
yeah,
I
you were
was,
alone. It wasn't your first flight, but when you got there, it was raining. You said.
it was raining. Um, on the plane, first of all, oh my gosh, let's talk about how far Australia is from the rest of the
Is
world.
it is the farthest place I know from everything. Australia is just away from everything. Unless you live in Thailand,
But
then
they
it
tell you that the rest of the world is away from them. That's how they say it. No, it's not us, it's you guys.
I was just looking. Let me just tell guys. I was looking. We were looking at flights to go to Australia from Germany. Guys. Let me do this. Let me just check for a flight right now to go to Emily, while Emily tells you what was her first shopping experience in Australia. Tell them that the first time you went to a grocery shop in Australia, while I look for a flight to Australia.
Wow. Okay. So I don't understand the pricing of food in Australia in general. And I
Okay.
think I don't, and I cannot justify coriander price, dania, dollars a bunch. And the bunch is like, I'll show you. That is the bunch of dania, $3, 200 and something bob, depending on the exchange rate. That was so painful to see. Another thing, avocados, gold. It's like you're going to mine for gold. I think now a pack of 5 avocados that are the size of not even my fist they're about $10, $7. Um, what else did I find a shop? Then it just basically fresh food is quite expensive, and I'm using the word expensive as opposed to fast foods. So you could feed a whole family with probably $30, where $30 in a supermarket or where you're trying to buy groceries will only get you a few items that you can't even put in a bag. You could literally just carry them like a baby in your arms. And I took pictures for my family and I said, Mom, this is it. This is it, Mom. I don't know where this place is. And she was like, oh my God, are you going to be well fed? Si utakonda sana aki. Sasa utakuwa unakula nini? You know? But
I'm just laughing, but I know how heartbreaking it is.
it's like you have to budget for avocados, guys. It's serious. And but that's how it is. It's okay. You can deal with a few things.
So how much
Prioritize.
is that Australian dollars in Kenya right now?
Depending on the exchange rate. At the moment, I think it's 240 shillings because actually the exchange rate is pretty good. 80 dollars, 81, or that would be 140. I'm not sure. Not very good in mathematics, Cecilia. I'm mathematically challenged.
Yeah, but approximately.
Wendy can help us out. She was really good in maths.
No, because I'm always getting confused because the Australian dollars are not the same with US or Canadian dollars.
No, it's
So I'm always
different.
trying to do it that way.
It's different. I don't know you guys here. When you go back home, the people, your fans who are here tonight, there's only one place in along where Lonro House is, where everyone goes to the foreign exchange, to that Muslim place. Am I the only one that goes there? They've got the best exchange rates in Nairobi.
Oh.
Do you know what that place is?
Yeah, I only know that place near 680 or 68. What is that? The name of that club again?
I think that's the same place.
Betty's.
Yes.
Yeah, that corner there, they're the best exchange rate in Nairobi, if you ask me.
Still the same. Yeah, that's
so
where.
Can you imagine? I've been trying to look for flights since we started talking, and I cannot. Not even the prices, guys. Last week the prices were high, Grace. Last week the prices were $5,000, between $3,000 and $5,000 going from Germany to Australia. Guys, I fly to Kenya with 400 euros. 3,000 or 5,000 to come to Australia. It is unbelievable. It's like they're saying it's not like the flights are expensive. We just don't want you to go to Australia. Do not even dare.
I don't know. I think it's with the whole COVID thing, trying to keep people away, because you have to really have a need to come to Australia if you're going to pay $5,000 for a ticket.
That is not even first class or business class. It's just normal economy, $5,000. Who is doing that, guys? Okay, last week was better because it was 5,000 euros. Today, there is no seat available. Like,
what?
Guys, can you see that?
Wow.
And that is Emirates. Emirates should be able to go everywhere right now.
Wow.
No seat available to go to Australia. So we are not allowed to come visit you, Emily. It's not me. It's not.
Don't look at it like that, because I'm also kind of stuck. See?
Yeah, but you guys, Australia is big. You guys can still go. Can you go to New Zealand? Are you allowed?
No.
You just
I'm
cannot.
not so sure. I don't think we can. I'm not sure. I actually don't think we can. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
Don't quote me on that, but I don't think so.
So let us just assume everything is going on in the world and everything is fine, no problem. And tell us, okay, we were just talking about Dania. You had to buy Dania for at least $3. And avocado was also very expensive.
Still is. What do you mean was? That's an ongoing horror movie.
When you're new, it's a real horror movie.
Yeah, now it's just, I think it's a series. It was a limited series, and you have to kind of look for avocados on sale. Hakuna kitu mbaya, like buying an avocado and you've mixed them and then just to open them up and then they're brown.
That's what I wanted to ask you. It's not only, you guys, it's not only that the avocados are expensive, but they are either not ripe, and you have to make sure you wait for a few days. So if you are buying avocado because ulikuwa miss avocado, forget
That's
about
right.
it.
Buy them a week before to give them time to ripen. But I've been so blessed lately. The ones I've gotten, they've been like schmick. Good.
I was talking about that yesterday, and I was telling Nduta that it seems like avocados have gotten better. Are we getting used to avocado
Are we
being so
seriously
bad?
having a conversation about avocado? We've gone to seriously analyzing them. You were talking about how they've become better. Okay.
I think I'm going to change this title to avocados in Australia.
On that,
Anyway,
while we're on the, just to sidetrack a little bit, I was watching Oprah on Trevor Noah's Daily Show, and
yeah.
Trevor asked Oprah to give her an example of where she has experienced something normal, like a phone running out of battery or something. And she said that something that she named was normal for her was avocados were too expensive, so she bought an orchard. Yeah.
So when are we buying?
I think you could actually make good money if you were to do that. You'd make lots of money with avocados. But anyway, for another day.
Okay, the reason why I'm very bitter when it comes to avocado is because is my grandmother has a lot of avocados, right? And
Mhm.
I remember when we were kids,
Mm.
there were people who always came to buy avocados from my shusho, and they
Mhm.
always said we need the ones that are not yet really mature because they are for export. And I used to ask my shosho, why are they not waiting for them to mature? And she was
Mhm.
like, no, they have to send them away via ship, and it takes a long time to go to other countries. So
Mm.
when they sell them when they are mature, they will ripen before they get there, and that is not good for the market.
Maybe
And I
that's a business
laughed,
idea, to be quite honest.
and I laughed at that. I was like, oh my God, these poor people are buying avocados so expensive and they're not ripe. Look at me now. Do I have a reason to be bitter?
Look at you, child of God,
Look at
suffering.
me kind of
But
eating
it's okay.
avocados that are not mature for €3 each.
It's the story. The things you
Okay.
take for granted at home. Fruits are a bit dear as well. But generally, if you want KFC every day, you can afford that. I don't know how your cholesterol levels will be, but yep, you can have that every day if you want. If
If
you
you
want
want a bag of
McDonald's,
€1, no problem. With 1,000 things on top and a drink and fries, no problem. But avocado,
do you guys have a special name for McDonald's in Germany?
Mikey's.
Mikey's? All right, here it's Macca's.
People also say Macca's. There are people who say Macca's and Mikey's. I could never say Macca's. So
That's the thing with my accent too. I don't know if I actually say it properly because I probably sounded like I was talking about Marcus, a man, like the name Marcus, whereas it's Marcus. I don't know. I don't. So I just call it a full name because I can't keep up with the slang because
I,
someone will not understand what I'm saying. Let's go to Marcus. What? Who's Marcus?
whose place? Again, Marcus's place?
Do I
All
know
right.
him? Mhm.
All right, let us go back to the topic. That's why I was very afraid of this conversation because we'll start
Right.
talking, giving people inside jokes that they'll not even understand. So,
Okay.
guys, let's talk about life in Australia. You
Mhm.
guys, probably you should really enjoy avocados. If you're in Kenya, just go out today, buy an avocado on my name, and just enjoy it, just for me and Nyakio. Because, guys, we cannot access as something as simple as avocado right now. Anyway, so how was the transition from, you just came from Kenya. Yeah, you came
Mhm.
from Kirogoya township. You came from Kerugoya. You were living in the middle of the city in Nairobi. And you remember how we used to turn up, right? We were
Mhm.
turning up in Nairobi in the middle of the city, living in the middle of the city with
Yep.
all the freedom and all the food and all the lifestyle. And then now you're in Australia. How was the transition?
Well, to be quite honest, I would say that I'm still transitioning if I'm 100% honest,
Wow.
but it did not hit me what I had done. By what I had done, meaning the move I had make, how much of a big deal it was until 2019. After I'd been here for 2 years, that's when it hit. Mainly because when I first came, I arrived in February, and then I had 4 months to play with, to look around. And then as soon as July came, I went to school. and I did certificate in nursing, which then you can get a job as an assistant in nursing, either in a hospital or in a old people's home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was busy. So I was just smashing it, not even thinking I knew what I wanted to do. My partner and I at the time, we had goals, we had things to do. So it was just smashing through them. I had things to keep me busy.
Yes.
And I finished, so I started from July to November. And I was blessed enough because during the nurse course, there was work placement, what we call internship back home.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so that's where I ended up getting a job. And that's also where I wanted to get a job because remember, I had done driving in Kenya, have to learn to drive again, kind of. The rules are different. Still driving on the left side of the road. I was blessed enough to that didn't change much. So, but then anyway, I studied. I finished in November. I got a job in November. From there, I worked 2 years straight. So I was just busy working, working, working. I knew what I came here to work, and that's the other thing too. I think when you're at home, when I came, I didn't think I had to work as much as I did.
Mm.
But you know what I appreciate about this country? You actually get to enjoy your hard work. You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, put it that way. You
Okay.
work, you're paid per hour, which was, I don't even know anyone in Kenya who gets paid per hour and who gets paid overtime. So whether or not you have whatever you're doing is just a standard wage. And here, say you can. This is how I look at it. You can be absolutely anything you want to be, even though you have to work hard. At least you get the results of what you get to see what it is that you're working for. You get to
Okay.
see why you get up at 5 a.m. as opposed to I don't think depending on what you do in Kenya, or if I'm talking about myself, the job that I had, there was no window of opportunity to do or to earn extra money. Whereas here it is, you want extra money, well, take extra shifts, and they do pay off. You can actually work and plan for your money and go for vacation. Unlike in Kenya, with my job, again, I'm speaking for myself, and I believe there's so many people who can relate. You're working to survive, basically. You
Okay.
know? So then, yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
I've digressed, but so then that's how yeah, go on.
All right. So, I was very surprised when I was talking to you on the phone. You are very new in Australia and already you are earning, Because
Yeah.
I remember for me, okay, when I came here, I came as an au pair girl. So that
Hmm.
meant I was a babysitter for 2 whole years before I was allowed to do anything at all in Germany. I had to go through that. And
Mm.
the reason they want you to go through au pair life or for you to be a babysitter first is so that you can learn the language because you
Hmm.
cannot even work or go to school if you cannot speak the language.
Hmm.
And um, for me to just settle down and start earning like a grown up, it took me, I think, 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm. So when you told me you're already working, you're doing internship and you're doing nursing, you're going through the program, I was like, that was fast. That was the fastest I've ever had. So I
I
think,
must say, I
Mhm.
must say that there was a friend, an acquaintance, because I met her through a friend in Nairobi, and I know she lives in Melbourne, and she was the one that told me that when you come here, this is because initially I was going to do nursing in Kenya, right? And
Okay.
then she told me when you do nursing in Kenya, there's no point kind of because when you come here, you have to get certified according to Australian standards. So why not just come here and start?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense because why would I want to waste time and then just to come here and do the same thing again?
Yes.
So she had kind of given me when you come here, this is what I would recommend for you to do. And I was so excited about just making money. I think that was the thing.
The
I know I
motivation.
think maybe it was where I was at in my life. I think you came to visit me you came to visit Kenya once. I think the last time I saw you in Kenya and you paid for the bill and I was like, I want to do this one day. If we do you remember?
I remember. And you
And
did
so
it last time.
I did. Yes, I did. But at the time I was thinking, wow, I want to just get the opportunity. Just give me the opportunity. I am ready to do whatever it takes. That's the other thing as well. Had you told me that I would work as hard as I did, I would not have. If I had gotten a like kind of like a bit of a brief story of this is what your life is going to be in Australia, to be quite honest, I would not have come. I don't think if you had shown me what I had to go through, not to say that it's bad, but it was quite tough and rough as well.
I wanted to ask you that because that is also something that I had to be very honest about. If
Mm.
you had told me that I will start from zero, like from scratch at 24, come here and start from scratch and start really earning at 29. I started really earning at 28, 29. That's when I started earning. If I were in Kenya, I know I wouldn't have needed that long to just be settled in a new country. So if you had showed me like a preview of what was going to happen, I wouldn't have come either. But
Well, mm,
but the moment you find yourself in a new country, you take it as a challenge, and I think that is what I really love about you, let me say, as a person, because you're someone who is very you adapt very very fast to situations and to your environment, and you're like, okay, I'm here. What is there to be done? What do I need to do? And you made it very very fast in Australia. I was very very proud of you.
thank you.
Yeah, you really really worked hard, and I think that is it. You had the motivation. You knew you wanted to do something better, and I think that was your motivation. Let me just answer one question from Fidelis. And
Uh,
um Fidelis is a guy, right? Karanja, I'm sorry, because I see 1 0 there. So he's asking, why did it take you 2 years in au pair? Let me answer him before we continue. I'm sorry. So the reason is, when you come to Germany, you are only allowed to do au pair year 1 year only. You cannot do longer than 1 year. So when I came here, I started my au pair year. I was a babysitter for 1 year. Okay, I wouldn't call them babies because they were 16 and 18, my host family's kids, but it's still an au pair. So they will give you some chores in the house just to make sure that your time goes by, which was just total, it was the worst experience for me. I will not lie. So, so you go through your 1 year, and then after this 1 year, I realized, because my kids were not small, they were big girls. I had not learned any German because I was just in a big house somewhere, uh, some rich people's house somewhere, and they were all busy. We used to see each other during meal times, but they were all busy. So you get to speak to one person per week or something like that. So it wasn't enough for me to, yeah, it was a really lonely life. And
wow.
it was okay. I know people who went through other kinds of au pair lifestyles that were harder than mine. So mine wasn't as bad, but it's still not what I expected for my life at 24, 25. So anyway, what I wanted to say is, after this 1 year, I realized I had not learned as much as I wanted to learn in German, in Germany, and in German as a language. So I decided to go to Austria, which is the neighboring country to Germany, Austria, to do another 1 year au pair life, so that I can learn more German and be ready for nursing school. I wasn't ready at all, and I didn't want to lie to myself that I could start nursing school immediately. So that's why I went to Austria and did another year au pair life, and it was one of the best years in Austria. I was still an au pair, I was still a babysitter, and I had younger kids to take care of, but the family was super nice and the location was super good. It was really a nice year, and I loved that one. And that is actually, before I went to Austria, I thought I was going back home. I was very very ready to go back home. I was so tired.
Really?
Yeah, I never told anyone about this. I had a flight booked, a flexible flight booked, in case,
Wow.
yeah, I was just done with Germany. And then I thought, okay, let me go to Austria for 1 more year. I'll try that out, and then when I'm let me see how it goes in Austria. If it's the same thing, I'm going to Kenya immediately, because I did not want to waste time. And the Germany I had seen in that first year was not the Germany I wanted to live in. So yeah, so I wanted to. That's why I went to Austria for another year, and that is to answer Fidelis. That is why I did 2 years as au pair. After the 2 years, I was ready to start nursing school. I volunteered for 1 more year in a hospital, and then I started nursing school. Yeah, but you don't have to do 2 years au pair life. If you can do 1 year and learn as much German and culture as possible, then you don't need to do 2 years. All right, so let us continue. Good. Where were we? So let me ask you, you went through the program and you studied. Was it expensive?
I was not a permanent resident then. I had a temporary visa. So I had to pay cash, but then it was subsidized school fees. So it was not expensive, but then I had someone to help me with that. So I was blessed again. It was would you like to know the amount?
Yes, please.
It was about $4,500 Australian dollars for the course of 6 months. But in saying that,
That's a lot.
it's a lot. But you know what? When you get the job, that's the money you will make in a month.
No way.
Because that's the thing here. In a month and 6 weeks, because you get the job and then it's a well-paying job.
Yes.
Because I was a casual, and casuals are paid more than permanent employees. But my
I'll never
wage,
understand that,
and
but
then again
okay.
in Australia, people are paid fortnightly, which was something very new for me because we're used to being paid, getting monthly salary,
Yes. Yes.
But here every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, maybe you get $2,000. I got, or $1,800. So I was like, I knew that I'm going to make this. So it was worth it.
That is so much worth it. Okay, then I understand. Fidelis, I'm so sorry, girl. I'm so sorry. Hi. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay. All right, then it's not a lot. If you know you're going
No,
to earn it back in a month, it's not a lot.
it's
So
worth
in
it.
Germany, nursing school is free, and it's not only free, you get
Free.
paid. You get paid
Girl.
being in
Wow.
school. So that was a big help for me, because oh my God, who would have paid for my nursing school? I was here alone, totally alone. I did not know if I wouldn't know where to start. But in Germany, universities are free, public universities are free,
That's something
colleges.
I wanted to ask you if that's actually true. Can you study anything in Germany for free?
Yes, you can.
Like if you wanted to
So
be a pilot, you would be a pilot for free.
yes, but let me clarify. It is not like totally free. I mean, you don't pay any tuition money, of course, but if you're an international student, there are some qualifications they want from you, and the qualifications, of course, you will be maybe this level of English or this level of German, and also they want you to have some money in your account, even if it's your home account, that will say in case of any difficulty, you will be able to foot your own expenses. Also, you need to pay for your housing, of course, and you need to pay at least $400 400 to 500 euros per semester, which is 6 months.
Okay.
But these 400 euros you're paying, it also includes a lot of stuff in the school and stationery and all of that, and you also get a ticket that you can go with around Germany.
Wow.
So it's like you're just paying for your own ticket around Germany. So
Wow. That's really nice.
it's not like you can come with 0 euros and start going to school. Not at all. You need something small, of course. But can you imagine studying medicine in the US? It is like you'll have to go bankrupt, and people will have a lot of student debts because of that. So having to be able to study in Germany without any tuition fees, it's a very I love that. I love that about the system here.
Well, in Australia, you can get, like, the way Kenya we have help,
Yes.
you can get HEX here, However, you have to be an Australian citizen for that.
Oh,
So at the moment, I am a permanent resident. If I wanted to maybe still, I'm not so sure, but I checked out Bachelor of Arts Psychology, which is what I wanted to do. It was 6,800 a year.
a year, that's all right if it's a year.
Was it a year? I think so.
Okay.
I think so. A year, yeah, it was a year.
What are you
And I
doing?
think it was 2 semesters. Sorry, I was just tapping. I apologize. It was 6,800 a year. But then that's because in as much as I'm I'm not a citizen, I can't get the government help, but I can pay like I'm an Australian citizen. My school fees is subsidized.
Wow.
So for the same course from someone coming to study from maybe China or Kenya or Tanzania or wherever, they will pay like 15,000 a semester, 13,000 a year.
Wow.
Yes. So that's so if I had calculated, I would need $500 a month to be able to pay for my studies.
Okay, so in Germany, even for international students, it's free. The tuition is free. They just put
You're joking. Really?
a lot of let me say a lot of not effort. They put a lot of value in education and in study.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Are you
actually,
saying like to come to Germany to study in Germany? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, go on.
that's what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
you just come here and study in Germany. So
Wow.
you don't need much. You just what I would say is you need definitely at least 750 euros per month, I would say.
To
For your
study?
own expenses. No, just for your own expenses. So if
Okay.
you're trying to come to Germany and you want to study here, I would tell you to definitely have at least 750 euros per month, but have it for like a year. Let it be somewhere for like a year because it can be very stressful if you don't have that. Yes.
When you're an au pair, can you study?
No.
Are you really? Wow,
You
okay.
cannot. The only thing you can do when you are an au pair is either do a driving course or driving
Mhm.
school or
Mhm.
German classes. And when you are an au pair, your host family is expected from the government to pay for your German classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is why you get paid peanuts when you come here as an au pair. You only get 260 euros per month, which is like 27k Kenyan shillings. Yeah. I'm telling you, it was a struggle for the first 2 years. I don't know how I got through my first 2 years in Germany. In Europe, I do not know. Anyway, when you're an au pair, the best thing is that you're living with your host family. So that means you have a bed, that means you're getting food, and that means that your German classes are paid. But that's it. After that, you only get 260 euros per month. So in Switzerland, it's better because you get around 550 or 600. For an au
Wow.
pair, it's a lot. In Austria, it was much better for me because in Austria, I got 400.
Okay.
But that's
So
it. You cannot.
Switzerland is the place to be.
Switzerland is the place to be, definitely. The problem with Switzerland is that if I had gone to Switzerland and I tried, believe me, before I went to Austria, I tried to go to Switzerland. And then I discovered that in Switzerland, you are not allowed to finish your au pair like I did and then go to voluntary work and then go to nursing school. You're not allowed to do that in Switzerland. If you went as an au pair, it's au pair and go home. If it's studying, you're studying and go home. You'll apply for something else from your own home country. So they're very strict about that. You're not like, you're not like trying to advance like that slowly. And that is an opportunity you have in Germany. They pay less for au pair life, but for me, it was an opportunity to just get myself in fast. And then
What
after
if you
that,
were, sorry to interrupt, but what if you were in Switzerland as an au pair and then you tried to apply for school when you're still an au pair? Like say you know that your contract ends in December, but you're applying for school in February or March. Is that not allowed? Can they not even accept you?
you mean after your au pair is done, you want to start going to school?
Yes, so you apply before your contract finishes.
No, no problem with that. But you'll have to go to Kenya first and then reapply. And then, yeah. So that is why in Switzerland I don't know if they changed the rules, but when I was an au pair girl, I went to Switzerland myself trying to get an au pair. It's not far from here. Trying to get an au pair position there because I thought I could go to Switzerland and build from there. No way, they don't allow that. So that is why Germany stayed. Like it became the best option for me because I knew I could always advance. I could study something else. I can always think of what I want to do with my life and change courses if I want to. They are flexible like that, but they also don't give you the permanent residence like that. Like, okay, here it is. You get like 1 year au pair. If you're an au pair, you get 1 year visa. And then if you are voluntary work, you get 1.5 years maximum. If you're in nursing school, and nursing school for me was 3 years, you only get 3 years first. You know, like that, 2, 3, 5, and then 10, and then they continue like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So, all right. Where are we now? School is not as expensive as I thought. I'm surprised actually. I thought it was going to be as expensive as
only because I'm a permanent resident and my school fees is subsidized. If you're an international student, say I checked even with my units because you've got 4 units per semester. So I would have paid 1,000 per unit, and an international student for the same unit pays $3,000. So you pay for yourself plus 2 more students. It's quite expensive. And if you're coming to Australia as a student, it's the easiest visa to get. If you want to come as a student, if you want to come to Australia, easy. Your ticket, student. Good revenue.
So that means you need also 15K.
You need to pay for 1 semester before you come here, and you also need to show that you can. That's maybe in Kenyan 1.2 million Kenyan shillings. And then you have to pay for your flight, of course, and you have to show where you're going to live and your bank statements and how you plan on doing that. And also as a student, because I've inquired for this specific chat, you are limited to the number of hours you can work. I think it was 20 hours a week. So that's 40 hours a fortnight. Also, if you fail your exams, if you fail what brought you to Australia, you are sent back home. And you're not allowed to work more hours than you can. They check.
I understand.
So if it's 20 hours a week, it's 20.
Yes. Okay, because in Germany, when you're in school as a student, you're allowed to, they call it 450 basis. You're allowed to work a mini job. They call it a mini job. So that you are not allowed to earn more than 450 euros. If you do, they tax you.
Oh,
Not like taxes in Germany. You will not like it. So someone asked me, are you working as a nurse? Yes, I am, Betty. I am. Tell Emily it's Will. She will know me. Will, agro ballers. It's Will.
Oh, hi, Will. William.
So I see a lot of people from you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining our live stream.
I know William.
Yeah, and we are talking about life.
Will's on this chat.
Guys, I'm chatting with Nyakio. She is in Australia. I am in Germany, and we're just chatting about life in abroad and the challenges we have gone through so far. So, what were your culture shocks?
Whoa.
Like, shocked you the most?
Well, well, I can't kind of think of them at the moment, but I will look at the way family setups here was my first culture shock. But then again, I'm not speaking for all families. Here, I found, unfortunately, it's on a negative scale. It's okay to not talk to it's normal for people to not talk, for me to not talk to my sister for a year or to not even know what's happening. I was like, what? How do you do that? um, yeah. We're laughing, but I didn't take that so well. What else can I talk about? I've told you. Please remind me of lots of culture shocks.
Let me tell you mine before you remember another one. So the same thing that you've just talked about, I was also shocked by that. I was like, how do people not talk to their mother for 20 years because they said something on a Christmas night when they were drinking? I was like, if you would do that, if can you imagine if anybody that talked to you badly in your family, you don't speak to them anymore?
I think
You
I
must
wouldn't
have
be talking to anyone at the moment. I'd be alone. I'd be so alone. It's okay. I mean, I'm not encouraging toxic relationships in family. That's not what I'm saying. But how I could not wrap my mind around how I have a sister that I actually know is alive and well and living, but I also don't know anything about her because of nah, I don't like them. They're who they are, and that's it. It still baffles me to date.
Yeah,
That
I
I
came
think.
up with a theory. I came up with a theory why that is. I think
Mm.
that in Kenya, I will not say in Africa, I'll say in Kenya. In Kenya, we kind of need each other more than in the Western countries or
Mhm.
than,
Mhm.
than,
Mhm.
in first world countries. We need each other more for burials, for weddings, for almost everything.
Harambe.
Yeah, for Harambes, that even if you're mad at someone, it doesn't last long because you need each other. And I
Yeah.
think that was my theory. Tell me if I'm wrong, or tell me your own theory. But in Germany, for example, a lot of basic needs have been met. Like people have basic needs, like clothing and food and medical. That is just a given. So if you don't need someone, it's very easy for you to be mad at them for a year without needing them. That is my theory.
I get that because another thing that kind of is good, but also was a culture shock, is the fact that you can be in Australia and you don't have to work, but the government will look after you. Like, say today, I decided, you know what? What is Nanda Kulala? And yeah, I can apply as long as you show that you are applying or trying to. You
You're
can go to,
trying.
and then you're trying. You're trying. So you have people with no qualifications, but because they need to show they're looking for jobs, they've applied for a position of a neurosurgeon. Are you kidding me? You don't even have qualifications, but because you have to show you're trying.
You're trying.
When I went to TAFE here, it's called, like, I would say, like college. That's what our teacher used to tell us, that people have they just apply for jobs. I'm applying for a position in a doctor in a hospital. Are you serious? I don't even know nothing about that. Or I'm applying to be an electrical engineer. Yeah, I'm trying, but I don't have the qualifications. Or you have people going, you can either apply for work or you can apply to study, and then you show up because there's a logging. I saw that people do that when I was in school, and your teacher has to show up that you actually showed up in class, and then you get paid. So you can just show up for an hour, make appearances here and there, look busy, like you're interested, but then you're not, but you still get your money.
Oh my God.
That that really shocked me. That
Yeah,
really shocked me.
that is.
And mm, mhm.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. There's gosh, there's so many. I can't believe how many things I think, oh wow, that's normal, but then it's not normal at home.
Yes.
I'll think of them as we go. I'll think of them
Okay.
as we go, but there's so many of them.
So I think for me it was also the same. It was also the same with
I just remembered another one. But go on. Go on.
yeah, I wanted to talk about the same point you just talked about, and I was also surprised with that. Like there are people who have not been working for the past 5 years. They're just at home, and the government is giving them money every month. Like
Mm,
how?
mm,
So the problem with that is myself as a Kenyan, and I am not a permanent resident in Germany, and I
mhm.
love it that way. There are reasons for that. I'm not
Mm.
looking to be a citizen in Germany anytime soon. So being not being a citizen, me not being a citizen doesn't qualify me for that kind of treatment. So I cannot just say I'm not working and stay at home and get paid by the government. What will happen is I will have 2 weeks. I'll either be sick, I'm either on a sick leave, which my boss knows and everything, or I'm on a holiday vacation, or I have 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, uh, I will get letters from everywhere, from the government and from my job and everywhere, saying I'm not allowed to be here unless I'm working. I'm here on a working basis. So, but
Mm.
for anyone who is a German, or if you're married by a German, or you have a kid by a German, things get easier. And that was also another culture shock for me, that there are Germans, or there are people who there are also people, especially, I will not say which African country, but there are people from an African country that are very notorious for that. They just come here, get a kid or get kids, and stay at home and get paid by the government. And that
Uh-huh.
was like, for me, it was like, what? Like 5 years you have not worked? Okay. So did you think
I'll
about
tell you
another?
another one.
Yes.
You know, when you're crossing the roads in Nairobi, you just woof, you just voka,
Yes.
and God help you that someone will not hit you. So here we've got our pedestrian crossing buttons that you push. So I remember when I first came here and I'm walking on the road and I was walking with this lady, and I was honestly going to go for it, right? That's how you do it. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Crossing the road." She's like, "No, they're these buttons that you push. They're like they work with the traffic lights, and there's a time for passengers to go." Man, like the advancement. Oh, hallelujah. That was so good. That was
I,
really, really good. Another thing that I found really good is the public transport.
mm-hmm.
Public transport is beautiful. I haven't used it much. I think I've been on a bus once, but you know the buses that we take from Nairobi to Mombasa with aircon on the inside? No, yes, that's your everyday point A to B kind of bus. Like,
Nice.
yeah, that was, from where I've come from and seeing that and how that's, and then people have the audacity to complain about them. I'm like, dude, you don't know. This is what you don't want to know where, what I have, and the roads again. And I was surprised you can get a bottle of wine cheaper than an avocado.
Yes.
A very good one.
Thank God for that.
Still in wine, yes.
Thank God for that.
Thank God for that. So
If you're going to have to
I
give
can't
out
have an
money,
avocado for dinner. Well, I'll have a glass of wine and that's it. That's it. I could not believe how that worked.
Fidelis, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Really? I'll talk to you about that very soon. All
What?
right, wait. Okay. Fidelis is saying that I could get a Hasphere, and Hasphere is I could get some money from the government even if I'm not a permanent resident. So she will have to tell me about that. Yeah, I did not know that myself. I think the rules change. So think Zuri Chat. Hi, girl. Oh, girl.
Oh,
You know Zuri Chat?
no, I just remembered of something else. They're coming as you go, some of the culture shocks.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, yeah, I wanted to say the same thing. I'm actually still very much annoyed by the traffic lights system also, because it's the same in Germany. Like, and let me tell you, you have not met people that know how to follow rules until you come to Germany.
Uh-huh.
Like I'll be in the street and it will be red and there is no car, there is nobody, but I'll stand there until it's green. So that annoys me. That I'm still a Kenyan. In my core, I'm still a
You
Kenyan.
can take the Kenyan out of Kenya, but you cannot take the
You don't
Kenyanese
take
out of
the Kenyan
the
out of me.
Kenyan.
There's a lot that, hi mom, hey. You remember Regina?
No, I thought that was Sally.
No, that was Regina. Hi, mom. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you guys don't leave. Stay with us here. We're just chatting about life in
Is
Australia,
Wendy still on?
Germany.
Is Wendy still on there?
I think so. I hope so. Wendy,
And
yeah, Wendy's
Muriel?
still here. Yeah, and she's saying, Wendy's saying, another culture shock is how you can swear at your parents. Like, how
Yes.
dare you?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Like the things children get away with here. Oh, I think I would be handicapped. I think I would be lacking ears and noses from work. It's I don't understand, but you know those things where you just bite your tongue, or you go to a shopping mall and you see someone being so naughty, a child, but then, and it's not a child that doesn't know right from wrong. We're talking a teenager. You can literally walk away from your mom and dad and tell them to go. But yeah, that's true. Wendy, Wendy had to say that because I know Wendy has always pulled her hair out. But you know what? Nowadays, I have learned to just ignore it. It's literally not my problem. That's how I can't change the world. I can change me. I can't change everyone.
Okay, calm down, calm down.
Yeah,
You
that's
need,
it.
you need to have a
Okay,
sip of
yeah, I
water.
need to calm
You
down.
need,
Sure.
you need a
Sure.
sip of water right now. It is something that always worries a lot of, especially Africans, when they come to Germany. Also, the
Yeah.
way people talk to their mothers.
Mm,
If I
yeah.
would have dared to my mother like that, I would not be here talking to you. I'll be
It's those
dead.
ones of your mom can see it coming even before it comes out of your mouth, and it's dealt with a shoe or whatever is close to your mom.
Whatever is
What?
closest, even if it was this base, it would be
Not that I
okay.
advocate for violence or anything like that, but
No, but
yeah.
let me tell you, people notice a very big difference with
Mm,
Kenyans. Let me say when
mhm.
they go to other countries, because we have a very good reputation when it comes to us in other countries. It's
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Okay.
Germany, I remember our nursing school had a record, and they said that they have had a lot of Africans. And I'm not talking anything bad about other African countries. I'm just saying that Kenyans in Germany have made a very good name with being very hardworking and with being warm and respectful. And we are polite. So I think being thrown shoes and phones and remotes and
It worked.
and slippers, that made us to who we are. We know when to shut up. We know when to talk back. We know when to fight for ourselves.
Yeah.
But mostly we are polite.
Another thing is that people here assume because because again, they don't know which country from Africa I'm from, so they just assume I'm from Africa somewhere, that I'm not allowed to complain about the heat because you come from Africa, you should understand. I'm like, what do you mean?
Uh, People also expect me to be used to be used to the heat after 10 years. I'm in Germany for the last 10 years, guys. I've experienced minus 10 degrees. I've experienced minus 6. When it's hot, it's also hot for me. It's
I
really
mean,
hot
I
for
do
me.
feel the hot. In saying that, another one I've gotten was, wow, you speak very good English. How long have you been in Australia for? And I said 2 years. Wow, that's good for 2 years.
Most Australians don't speak good English.
Oh, I know.
I could actually go ahead and try and mimic them in Australian accent because I love that accent.
Please
It's
do.
the best.
Have to see
And you're
that.
like, how you? Oh, and I'm like, well, I don't know anyone who can learn a language in 2 years and be so fluent and learn how to use vocabularies. You have to be very good. Like you have to be a fast learner.
That's how good you are.
That's another thing. Another thing that was kind of a culture shock is like everyone here calls a stranger darling. How are you, darling? Hi, love. Hi, this and that. I'm like, okay.
Are you flirting with
Are
me?
you flirting with me? Do you
Or
like me? What's happening? It's, it's hi, darling. And I'm like, I feel like you said that some kind of way. Which way did you mean?
Okay,
Oh,
in Germany,
anyway.
it's totally different. Nobody's calling you darling for the next 10 years.
To
People
a
are not
point
that.
now, if you call me darling, I honestly it doesn't mean anything to me because it's something that everyone call. Hi, love. Excuse me, love. Hi, darling. Thanks, darling. Thanks, love. I think those are the two main ones. And I'm like, don't call me
Let
that.
me tell you, I would have preferred that 1,000 times to,
Really?
yeah, because in Germany there are two phrases. If we know each other, I will say "du" to you, but "du." It means
Right.
just you, but we are casual. We know each other already, or we
Okay.
are age mates, or you are younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know someone, they are your age mates or they're older, you are supposed to use Z, S, I, E. And the
Right.
S has to be big, a capital S, because there's a small s and there's a capital S, right? So most people will expect you to say Z every time, the first time you meet them. And I'm telling you, you will think because it's the first time, that's why you're saying that, and you expect the second or that time to be a do. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Until they give you permission to say do to them,
You have to be promoted.
you are going to be formal with people for years until they feel like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. So I wish, I don't know, I would have preferred the love and darling.
Another thing that was a bit of a concept is the slang, and they expect that everyone knows the slang, what they mean. I'll tell you, a barbecue is a Barbie, which is gonna have a Barbie. I know, and you used to call yourself Barbie or something,
That was Bobby says. That is another.
and
Let's
you'd be like, "What? You want to have me? There's a Barbie. There's I'll see you in the Avo." Guess what that means? I'll let you guess what that means.
see you in the
Avo.
arrow
Mm-hmm.
in the evening.
Afternoon.
No,
Yes.
I was just guessing because in German it's Abend. I'll see you in the
All right.
Abend.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
avo could be avocado.
I'll see you in the avocado. I think that's what they meant.
They've got other things. If it's a break, it's called a smoker. You know
Can
what
you see
that
what
is?
Wendy's writing? Can you see what Wendy's writing?
No.
She's
What's she
saying
writing?
that English one always gets me. Thongs.
Oh yes, thongs. They call patty patty thongs. That's another one. When the
Patty
Wendy
patty, you mean
Kiwi,
slippers.
and we call them jandals. I'm just going to Anikaha over here. Ask Wendy what jandals is. That's what New Zealanders or Kiwis, because they're called Kiwis, they call their thongs. That I thought it was a thong, the panties.
Yeah.
But they mean patty patty slippers. Like,
Slippers.
yeah, I mean, not even slippers.
Oh,
Slippers is,
give me
okay,
this
now I've
one.
come here and I now know that slippers is what you wear in the house. Whereas slippers in Kenya ni patty patty.
Okay, in Germany they're called house shoes.
Right. So here they're
House.
called slippers. But the thongs is what you wear. Would you like me to show you an example of a thong? Flip-flops.
Don't show me a thong.
No, not panties. The shoe.
I'm just playing with you.
I know. And what else catches me with Australians? Um, I was telling you about a smoker. Smoker. I don't even know if I'm saying it right with my weird accent. So we're going for a smoker. That's a break
Oh.
because people take a break and have a smoke.
Smoke. So even if you're not smoking, you're going for a smoke. Oh my god. So you should just smoke, I think.
Yeah.
So
And this is the first time I had of a kappa. Would you like a kappa? Yeah, it was here.
that is a hot chocolate.
Does it? It's not a hot chocolate. I think it's a cup of something. I think tea or coffee.
In Germany, it's a hot chocolate.
No, it's a kappa. Would you like a kappa?
All right.
Mm.
Good. So I don't think I'm coming to Australia anytime soon. But
Why? It's funny. I laugh at the accent all the time. They've got the
I
weird.
love
And
Australia. If I come there, I'm coming for a month.
if you could ask me to describe sarcasm, Australians are the most sarcastic people you will ever meet, in my opinion.
Bullshit.
They are so sarcastic.
I
Or
would
you will
love
you go to work and it's not a job that you like, and you'll ask someone, "Oh, how are you?" And they'll be like, "Oh, another day in paradise." And I'm like,
Okay, let me tell you, in Germany,
I tell
and
you
you
another one.
guys,
Yeah, how are you? Oh, just living the dream. And you're like, what? What are you talking about? I laughed so much. Like, this is that time someone's busy mopping, mopping the floors, but living the dream. Oh, anyway.
I would be
Oh,
laughing every day. I would be just
you
cracking
laugh.
up every day.
And
In
people
Germany,
wonder
it's the
what's
other
wrong
way
with me. I
around.
laugh a lot. Yeah.
In Germany, it's the other way around. People are negative in Germany. Like,
Really?
oh my God. Like, like they will be having the best day of their life. And you will ask, how are you doing? And they'll be like, under the circumstances, I'm all right. And you're like, what
What
circumstances? You have the
circumstances
best
are you
job,
talking
you're having the
about?
best. So
Oh,
it's always on the negative side. And if you're not careful, you will think everybody is doing really bad and they're having the worst days of their life. And actually, they don't even notice it. It's just, it can
normal
be
for
better.
them.
It can always be better, yeah. It could always. I've had better Mondays. I've had better days.
There's
What are
always
you
room.
lacking?
There's
What
always
is
room for improvement, which is true. Which is really true. I
Let me
should
say this,
try.
let me clarify this. Something good about that is what makes Germans one of the most, if not the most efficient people on earth, because they are efficient. They will complain that the train is 1 minute late, and they will write a letter to the company that the internet says the train is coming at 10:22 and it was here 10:23. I got late by 1 minute. So it's not joke. It could always get better. But if you're coming from Kenya, it is so freaking, sorry for my French, so freaking stressful because you're like, what are you complaining about? And the train being 1 minute late, have you been to Nairobi?
Have you been to Nairobi where the actual train doesn't show up?
But there's no train? What are you talking about? Doesn't
And
show
you
up.
have to find your own means.
You come from Gong Road to Nairobi and you need 5 hours?
It's a parking lot. I know, right? We're
Wow.
laughing about it, but it's kind of it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, definitely. So I want to just jump into the deep sea, into the deep end. Let us talk about dating in Australia.
Well, I came here married, so I don't know so much of the dating world.
Yes.
But I will tell you something. I think I will speak for myself. Nowadays, I know people have levels of when you feel you've matured. From my friends who are dating, guys, wow. Okay, this is an observation. I know, it just light bulb moment. People have kids here really young. Like people
Oh,
had kids in 2021, 22. And that's
I've,
how they end up with teenagers, probably, no offense, but um, in their 40s. Whereas life in Kenya for a guy to start thinking of having a child is equal 35, 36, 38. Here they start early. I don't know if it's maybe the circumstances are different, but I'm also noticing that as people are getting older, that's changing. People don't want to have kids. But if I was to speak for myself in the dating world now, I think I'm at a place where I know what I want. So you just go for it. Like an
okay.
Australian would say, go for it, mate. I would say that. But also, there's lots and lot for anyone looking on your page. Are you there or have I lost you? Tell
I'm
them to go to Tinder because I saw some really good looking, nice guys there on Tinder. Don't ask me what I was doing there, but I saw them.
all right. Let's say you are just looking for a
And
friend.
E Harmony is has got a very good reputation for Australians and serious ones. Although you can't really quite put them in a box. It's really it's an individual kind of story. So
So,
that's
what you're saying is that when people dating in Australia happens more online, because that's the same with Germany.
I think so. If I'm speaking of today, yes, it happens online now. Because that's you meet people, especially now with COVID, which has come to complicate everyone's lives. You meet people online and then you decide whether you're going to meet them. But generally, I love Australians because they're very, very friendly people in
Okay.
nature. It's actually, I was confused. I could not tell you someone who is being polite or someone who actually likes me. I
Oh
still
wow, that's
don't know. I
good.
still get confused.
That is
I'm
good.
like, are you flirting with me? And they're just being polite. So I don't know. I just maybe I don't know the cues. Maybe I don't know. But they're very friendly.
Wow. Okay,
Mm.
so that means that will Australians generally, we're just talking generally, will they just come and approach you and start flirting with you?
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
If they like you,
Because
they're very forthcoming, not shy, not time to beat about the bush. If they
okay.
like you, shooting for the stars.
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that. I love that
yeah.
very much because that is
It's
the total difference with Germany.
really, well, how do you know a German that likes you? Because I've got a stereotype about Germans that are very serious people and not friendly. And I'm sorry to say about what I'm about to say, they don't have a very good reputation. People actually don't like them because they say they're angry and I don't know, scary. And I can't use that word. That
Right. Yeah.
ASS,
Yeah.
yes, unapproachable.
So, I would say this. Let me talk from someone who has been here 10 years. Um,
Wow,
yeah,
girl.
10 years, 10 years, 10 years.
Okay,
Anyway, so Germans have a reputation that is inaccurate. Let me say
okay, okay.
because a lot of things happened in the past, and they have a very tough history.
Mm-hmm.
And up to date, they're still paying for that reputation. And the German today is not the same as the history German, if I can say that. A lot of
Okay.
things happened, and a lot of we are not going to talk about that. A lot of things happened that
Mm-hmm.
made Germany have such kind of a reputation. But the modern German that I have come to know is not what people expect.
Mm-hmm.
However, um, the, their type of culture is not that warm. It's not
Mm-hmm.
so welcoming or so much warmth and all of that. They
No
work,
fashionable.
yeah, they
Not very
work.
fashionable.
Yeah, Germans work with facts, no
Facts.
exaggeration, no sarcasm, no irony. Do not try to underplay or overplay stuff. You know how Kenyans say, wase walikuwa kama mia. You cannot
Looks like
do that
100 people.
do you mean they were
German
101 or 100 or 99? Was it 99 and a kid, or do you mean 100 people? Like, you don't just play around with things and numbers and no. We
they're
stay
very uptight.
and everything at face value. So, that being said, if you want to understand Germans well, you have to be that kind of a person that is honest. You have to be honest. Otherwise, do not even try to deal with.
Wow.
You have to be honest. You have to know how to say things, give things, or give information at face value, the way it is, without trying to put some flowers on it or remove some. You know how people want to sway your opinion on something based on how much information they give you, and then they try to downplay, or they try, I will not tell you the whole truth because maybe you'll get mad. That is when a German gets mad. So for me, it was easier because I love honesty so much. I can deal with honesty anytime, any day. So it was very refreshing for me to be in a culture where people can just say what they're feeling. Uh, Fuck emotions, sorry, or let's not talk about emotions or what will come later or anything. Let's just talk about what is right now and then deal with other things later.
No
And I've always loved
sugarcoating.
that about them. Yeah, I've always loved that about them.
I
Something else.
know that. I know that about you. I have called you and you're like, just tell me, tell me. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Bring it on, yeah. Because what I've come to realize about Germans and about myself also, living in Germany, is
Mm.
even when people are exaggerating stuff and when people are lying to you, you always know. As a human being, you always know this person is lying to me. And then you're trying to get the truth out of whatever they're saying, and it's very much it's exhausting. So for them to save time and to save relationships, they are always very honest with it. So it will hurt you if you're not honest, or if you don't like to hear about honesty, or if you want people to lie to you, it will hurt you and you'll think that they are being cold or being rude. But actually, it is the best way
That's
to go.
who they are.
Trust me. Because you don't have to second guess every time you're dealing with people. You just take it the way it is. The way they have told you, you take it and you can take it to the bank.
Well, different to that, you
Yeah.
will ask an Australian, how are you? And they'll be like, I'm all right. Oh, wait, this is a good one. How are you? Not bad. And so they will never give you an answer. They always leave room for guessing. So I always go, so if you're not bad, you are good. And I'm like, just say what it is, call it for what it is, you know? And when you, so now I have learned in my head, if I ask you how was your food and you tell me it was all right, even if you didn't shrug your shoulders, I will just assume it was mediocre. Because if it was good, you say it was really good. If
So
you're
that is,
okay, just say you're okay.
yeah.
And I mean, I struggle with that so much. I don't like that about Australians. I will be 100% honest. They will never tell you what you're asking. It's always you guess it for yourself, or yeah, not bad. And I'm like, what does not bad mean? If it's not bad, just say it's good. I mean, is your life always not bad? So if it's not bad, what's the opposite of not bad? It's good, right? Something's got to be good.
Yeah.
And I really never get it to a point where I used to catch feelings to take it really seriously. It has gotten me a long time to just understand that that's just who they are. It used to leave me like, do you not trust me? Do you not want to tell me what's going on? It leaves you going, what the hell is actually going on? Because you don't know.
Mhm.
How was the place that you went to? Oh, not bad. It was all right. What do you mean all right? I wasn't there, so I'm asking you. Tell me. Completely opposite to Germans. So I
Yeah.
appreciate the Germans for being that. I mean, well, not that direct,
Yes,
but
I love that very, very much. So, if you're one person who is very sensitive, someone who wants to be, always sugar coated, or you want to be given things in a certain way, German is not for you. I can tell you, definitely it's not for you. Because people don't have time. People do not have time to sugarcoat stuff. And you see,
they're
like
the
the way you've just said right now, when someone says not bad, you're like, okay, was it good, was it bad? So you start asking questions, and then the
yeah,
information you got, maybe you wanted to get the information to work with it with something else, so you already have information that is not accurate.
exactly.
And you have to ask again, which wastes time. So Germans do not waste time, not on emotions, not on questions, not on. And if they realize that you are someone like that, they avoid you. So with time, you become honest, upendo sipende, because
Wow.
you realize people are like, okay, you're that kind of a
Yes,
person.
that's
All
what you
right,
said.
I get you, and you're already put in a box.
Well, I think they need to come here and teach some people how to just go on and get on with it and be direct.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
love
sometimes it
that.
might be a bit, but to a point where I meet someone, and I think maybe that has kind of rubbed off on me a little bit because I'm usually that one kind of a person who, if I'm trying to tell you something, this is a personality thing. And I know you know that. I
Yeah,
will kind of prepare you from what I will marinate you for the news I'm about to deliver. True. I'll be like, I don't know what
Sometimes
you're going
I
to think
cannot
of me.
stand it.
By the time I actually tell you what it is I'm saying, you will either be pissed off or and I need to change
Don't
that.
remind me.
It's not in my nature to be like you're this or just be direct. And I'm learning that it actually saves so much time.
And you have learned a
This
lot.
is the thing,
Let me
though.
say
It's a tricky
a lot.
situation. It's like that with people who know you. If someone
Yes.
does not know you, and then you're also being in your direct mannerisms and saying what you need to say, that will not be taken. Which is why I always try to. I think that's my reasoning behind everything. I try to put you in a place where what I'm about to tell you is not, it may sound bad, but it's not you, it's just what it is. So just preparing you for what I'm about to deliver, but that doesn't always work. Other guys is just like, si useme tu, ongea tu. It ends up making me look like I'm actually, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. I know.
I need to come to Germany maybe for that.
No, you've come a long way. A long,
Have
long.
I?
Yeah, you have. You're doing great. I should tell you that. And I know you know me for being blunt.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that in Germany, guys. I always knew I loved honesty, but when you're around everybody who is lying, you find yourself also, but you don't like it. So when I found out that people can just be honest and life goes on, I just adapted that, and I love that very much. So, and you're right. The problem is you have to know who you're speaking to, because if I go to Kenya right now and someone asks me, "How is this dress?" I'm like, "It doesn't look good." And I continue with life. And they're like, "Oh my God, says, can't you just be a little bit, And I'm like, you asked me, do you want me to lie to you and tell you it would have been better if it was red or green? No, it doesn't look good on you. It doesn't. So,
And that's one thing I admire so much about the kids here. I wish that's something I have learned, that kids, in as much as yes, they can be rude to their parents and tell them where they need to go, but they also know how to say no at a very early age.
nice.
They will stand up for themselves in whichever way. Of course, I'm not advocating for the rude ways. I wish I got taught or learned how to say no without feeling like you're offending the other person. I think it's hard coded in me. I don't know if it's by myself. I don't know if it's the culture where we so much think about, I don't know if you've noticed this, you think about the other person so much than you think about yourself.
Yeah, and that was the next topic I wanted to say. I wanted to say the reason why people sugarcoat and the reason why you also explain a lot. Your sentence was always like, okay, I want to tell you about that coffee I was drinking that day. Not to mean that the coffee was bad, but not to mean that the cup was red, but not to, and then before you go back to your sentence, I'm like, okay, come on, yeah. And
I
the
know.
reason why people do that is because you're putting yourself in someone else's shoes. You don't want
Empathize
to.
too much? Over empathize, you think?
Yeah, you're putting yourself in their shoes. Whatever you're about to tell them, how you would like it to be delivered. So you're trying to think of them, but in doing so, you're not thinking of yourself.
Oh
So you have to
man.
put yourself through torture in order to please the other person, and that also means,
Is that what people pleasing is?
yeah,
Because I really don't want to be a people pleaser.
it starts there. Because, and something else, and that
Oh,
is why I also don't like it, is because you're telling me that you don't trust me to handle whatever you're about to tell me. You know? And yeah, and it is offending to someone who is who is a grown up. And that is how we take it. We always taking it like, okay, I want to prepare you before I tell you because I'm going to hurt you. But people can deal with hurt. People can deal
that's
with
the
emotion,
thing too. That's
right?
the thing. I think it's about carrying other people's burdens, and I don't know where that mother hen nature comes from, because that's what it is. I would only call it mother hen. You want to mother everyone, and it's just controlling everything. I can't, and I'm not obviously learning now. Even if I tell you in the nicest way possible, if your perspective is bad, even if I deliver it with on a tray of, strawberries, or even if Obama delivers it, it's
It's
still
still the
going to be
same.
the exact same statement.
Yeah, right? It is still
Yeah,
the same. And
yeah.
that is one of the things that made me fall in love with my boyfriend, because I remember him trying to explain to me, because you think I'm blunt. Johnny is 100 times blunter. Like, you think he's just doesn't care, but he told me, and I learned from him in this sense. He was like, being honest is actually a selfish act, but it is
Wendy?
thinking, yeah, it is selfish being honest. It is like, I don't have to think about this so much when I already know what I want to say. I don't have to use 1,000 words when I know I can use 5, and you'll understand what I mean. I don't have to
Wow.
remember about what I lied about in the future for you, so that I can make you feel better right now. So honestly, I think it is the best thing. You're respecting the other person to handle whatever you want to tell them, and you're respecting your time also. And you're okay. Guys, let us continue, because if we go into such things, we will not end this live today. We'll be here until Tuesday. So, let me talk to you about making hair in Australia. Tell me about it.
Well, I think the first time I came here, I brought my own extensions just
Like,
to take me for a few months before I found my ground, and before I learned a few things here and there. And my first braids, they were $280. That is $280.
how much is that in Kenya shillings? 15K?
Give me a minute. I'll tell you that just now. In today's, again, it depends on the exchange rate.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God. Okay, before you look for that,
22,680 80 Kenya shillings.
and were
That's
they
how much
tiny?
it cost me to do my hair. And it lasted 6 weeks. I tried my best to have it, because then I'm not going to jeopardize my hairline just because I paid 280. But then again, something that is something to consider, if you're earning $2,000 a fortnight, which is every 2 weeks, you can afford to put money aside for when you want to do your hair. So hair is kind of like a treat. To do my hair is kind of like a treat
I
now.
understand.
Before
Yeah.
I got to a point where I want to do my hair every month. Now, blessed I am that if I wanted to do my hair, I can do it. But I would also like to learn how to do my own hair. And it's hard. It's not for everyone, I think, but I've gotten to a point now I need to know how to do it. But then again, you think I work so hard when I was a shift worker, not now, and you think I work so hard, I honestly truly deserve this. So
But
it's
that
not
is
hard to do your hair, but it was 280 shillings. The worst thing that I hate, the last time I undid my hair, it took me a whole 4 hours to undo it, to pre-poo it, to detangle it, then to prepare and sleep in that oil so that you're preparing it for the next day to wash. Whereas I just wish I could walk to a hair salon and just do it. How
people in Kenya
that
don't know.
would be living the dream.
People in Kenya don't know the luxury of just going to any hair salon without an appointment and getting your hair done.
To a point where if so and so doesn't do it, that one can do it. There's people everywhere to do your hair, and man, it's still a gap that I would like to bridge. I would honestly have my dream would be to have a hair salon that is like home, where you go to the same place and you can do your hair in the same place, wash it, detangle it, and everything. That would be the dream. I would so love to do that.
Do you
So much.
do you remember how
Mhm.
we our hair salon is? Do you remember her, Naomi?
Naomi.
Yeah,
Yep.
Naomi. You remember how we'll just walk in her salon, like because you have a date or you're going for a girls' night in the evening, and you'll get your hair done and you'll pay whenever.
The
Oh my
luxuries.
God,
Hair
how
is a nightmare. But I have embraced my hair, shrinkage galore, as you can have a look, as you can see now.
I
But
love
I
it.
love it. But
I
then
love
when I sleep at night, it shrinks. But I like it. I've embraced natural products. I have also, I think this is something that we don't know when you're coming here. You think
it.
that you're not going to find hair products and you're a bit worried and you have to go on Amazon. But as you get to know people, as you get to stay around and you look up places, I found, if you're in Australia or if you're where I am, Nature's Hair Product, they ship the stuff to you. They send it to you. They don't ship. They send it to you via post office, and I got it in 2 days. And it's
Nice.
got Cantu hair products,
Uh,
olive oil. It's got miel or miele, whatever it's called. Meal, I don't know. Pardon me. It's so many hair and I've got extensions. I even found wigs that I got told to bring because wigs are very expensive in Australia. That is very, very true. If you go to buy a wig in Australia is about 250, even more dollars. But when I go to that hair store, I think I will vlog about it. Not I think, I plan to vlog about my hair journey and the things that I found out. And in that shop, in that store, I found so many hair products that were so,
nice.
and I can look after my hair now. I bought a hair dryer, which I will
Nice.
be dropping a video soon on my YouTube channel of me
Yes.
unboxing the one that I got.
Yes.
So look out for that one. And it was just, oh my gosh, it's a lot of work to come in, I think.
For you, I love the fact that you've always been able to rock your natural hair so nicely, and you know how
Mm,
to style it. You always have very cute styles to do your own natural hair. I
thank you.
cannot do that. I do not have that talent at all. I get so fed up with my natural hair. If you see my hair right now, oh my God. So what I'm doing is I've promised myself that I'm not going to put any chemical or any color in my hair. I'm just going to I'll leave it and leave it. I'll just wash and comb and do my tutas and all of that. But I'm leaving it totally. But
You
I could
can,
not live without wigs.
I have a suggestion. You can go to London. How far is a flight from UK, from Germany to UK?
2 hours or less.
You can go and Wendy can do your hair. Wendy does her own hair,
Oh, Wendy, I'm coming to you to do so you can
one
do my hair.
by one. I do not know how that woman, and she's doing wigs as well. I'm just marketing her on here now. She's doing wigs. She does sell wigs,
Wow, nice.
so clean ones, and yeah, she's
Okay,
pretty
Wendy,
cool.
I'm coming
But
to
I
you.
don't know how she does her own hair. I don't know where she get the patience from. Kwanzaa parting equally. She doesn't understand how I go to get my hair done when
Wendy
I could
does
just
her
do it
own hair.
myself. Pardon?
Wendy does her own hair.
Is she still there? Ask her. She does it.
Yeah, she is.
Ask her how she does it. She
Oh
does.
my God. And
When you
Wendy's
see
hair is
Wendy with braids, she's done it herself.
it is always
Yeah.
on point test.
Yes, that's the thing. She's a
Wow.
wizard. She's a
That would be
beast.
like that would be like the biggest assets for me if I could just know how to make my own hair. That would like save me a lot of money in Germany, like a lot. I wouldn't even know. Because I remember also the first time I made hair in Germany, I also paid 150 euros for mediocre braids. They were even falling off after a
Oh
week.
my goodness.
And remember, I was earning 260 euros. And then you pay 150 because you need to make your hair. And then it doesn't.
Oh wow. You
Then,
mean you only had 110 euros left? Sorry, let me laugh
yeah,
at you.
really. And that was
Mediocre
that's a
grade.
Yeah, because I needed to do my hair
Wow.
and I did not know where to do it, and I did not know a lot of people here. So the first person I was referred to was yeah, I will not say from which country, but they know that hair is that you can earn a lot of money with hair here. So they do some underwater salons, and yeah, that do not have even mirrors or anything, so that when you get your hair done, after that you'll notice after it's done. And you wouldn't expect that people would make hair and not know how to make hair, because you can feel yourself being pulled. I'm telling you, I went home, I cried. Have you ever cried because of hair? I cried because it was my whole day off where I went to another city. It was so
Oh,
stressful going to the other city because I could not speak as good German as I needed to get around.
oh, yeah.
Getting directions, you're new here, you don't even know how the bus works. And then the train works very well. Public transport in Germany is the best, but the train from town, going from the main train station going to town, will come like this, and the other one will go this other way, but they're both here and they're both written S1 or S11. So if you're new, you will not know if you're going S11 like this or S1 like this. I was like totally confused. I could not speak the language. Someone has just taken 150 from me, and the braids are mediocre. It was a hell of a day. I was crying like a baby. So I know
Oh,
you had Germany and here. Now I've gotten better at it, but I've gotten better because I've realized I need wigs. I need wigs. I'm not going to give people 150 euros every month. No way.
well, something interesting. I tried wigs, even human hair wigs, and I think I can use this word safely. I am allergic to wigs because I itch so much. I
That's
have got
why.
a wig that I'm thinking of using. I don't know if it would help to put those little, um, like, not
Caps?
headband
Yeah.
caps, but the tight ones that really flatten your hair, and then you can put it on top of them, and then it won't touch your scalp. Maybe that's what I need, but otherwise I will itch and itch and itch until the Lord comes back, and it's not nice. So I just don't do them. And
Okay, now
actually,
I
I'll
understand.
go I might try a wig this weekend
Yeah,
when
please
I
do.
go.
Try it
I
out.
shall.
But even if you are not allergic, I would advise you to definitely have a wig cap. You need one so that your own hair will be flattened. Otherwise, it will be puffy. I think I have two wig caps in here.
Oh man, I need to buy that then. I
Yeah,
need
if
to.
you buy a wig online, they will send you. Most of them will send you a wig cap or two.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Or you can
But
just
otherwise,
buy.
yeah,
You can buy
that
like
has
10 of
been,
them. They'll be cheap on Amazon.
that has been my story with my hair. But now I've gotten to know this lady who does my hair.
Nice.
She's from Gabon, and she has become a good friend of mine. She's on Instagram. She does hair, and my hair sessions with her are kind of therapeutic because we just talk about stuff, and we talk about the things that we find different in Australia. And I go there with my trying to pretend like an Australian, and I love to mimic people, so I just crack her up. And I get up at 5 a.m. to do my hair
Oh wow.
because I don't know if it's psychological. If I wake up and do my hair from 9, I'm thinking that's a day wasted.
I get you.
From 9 to 4, that's 1 p.m. on a Saturday. That's luxury. I could be doing so many things with that time. But if I get up where, those hours, the Mchawi hours, and I'm up at 4:30, and then I get to her place at 5, I'll be done by 9. 9, it's still early. I still have the rest of my
Ah,
day to. That's how I
I
do it.
I
Yes, and
see.
she's like, I'll see you at our time. So I go to past Macca's, I get a coffee, I take it to her, or when I get there, I get a coffee. And she's such a hardworking person. That lady is she's
Nice.
just beautiful. So I enjoy doing my hair when I do.
Wendy is saying, I knew you would blast me, Nyakeo.
I did. I blasted her. She
And
has got a talent.
the
She does
eyes like
her hair. She does wigs, and I'm rolling my eyes as well. But she's really, really good. I was so happy. Actually, I'll blast her some more. When I moved to Australia, because she used to live in New Zealand, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so good. I can go see her. It's 2 hours, 3 hours away, whatever, how many, but it's not that far. And I thought that could be an excuse to go to New Zealand. And then when I'm there, not to make her my person, but spend time with her. And, I've known Wendy since I was in high school, since I was the
I know
hormonal
it's
teenagers
been a long
with
time.
the attitude. I knew her when I was 14 or 13. 14.
Wow.
Yes, so here we are. So, but
You
yeah, she's
guys really
good. She
sound
does her
great.
hair. I wish I lived, if I lived in Germany, corona free, I would just make an excuse trip to just go see her and then be like, see you do my hair, Aki, please. And I'll
But
probably get away with it.
do you know it would be easier for me to go to France and make my hair there than go to London? I need a visa for London. I could take the bus to London if I wanted to, but I need a visa.
Wow, a tourist visa?
Mm-hmm. I still have a Kenyan passport.
All right, even me too. I need a visa to go to the UK if I wanted. If of course I need a visa. Same as I need a visa to go to Germany. Everywhere. Kenyan
Yeah.
passport you need a visa for. I think the only place you don't need a visa is Uganda and Tanzania or
No, we have
yeah.
there. You can go to Singapore without a visa.
No way with a Kenyan passport.
You can go to. I will do a video very soon. There is more than 40 countries you can go without a visa.
Yay. Is Seychelles is Morocco?
Seychelles is one of them. You will get a visa in Seychelles at the airport.
Morocco?
You can go to Morocco. You can go to Burundi. You can go to Rwanda. You can go to Ethiopia.
Yes,
There
I've
are a
been to
lot of
Rwanda without a visa. Yes, I've been to Rwanda. Yes, I remember.
Yeah, there are a lot of countries that you will maybe even if you need anything, it will maybe be just a stamp at the airport. There are a lot of even Jamaica. Selena is also saying Jamaica. Hi, this is Africa. You can go to Ghana. Yeah, there are a lot of. Let me ask you a question while I look for the countries here. I see people want to know which countries you can go without a visa. The next question is it easy to make friends, like girlfriends in Australia?
No. Straight up no. No,
No.
it's not easy. Period. It's not easy to make friends. It was not easy for me. All
Tell
right.
us about it.
It was not easy for me to make friends in Australia. One, because um, coming from Kenya, having your own expectations. This is a new country. What I know, and then again, I moved here when I was 27 years, right? So all of my years I've lived in Kenya. And when you're 27, you know what you want in a friendship. You just don't want someone to talk to. I mean, it's okay, but you're looking to build solid friendships. This is
Yeah,
why I'm here, and this is why Wendy's still here, because it's so hard to build friendships that are solid rock.
I know.
I'm not saying it cannot be done. If you have found friends when you've moved abroad and you're as an adult, good for you. But by the time you get to introduce yourself, and then you find your rhythm, and then you talk about the things you have in common, and then there's also trying to adjust to a new country. What I find hard, this person is also, it's their normal. You're looking for a friend. I was looking for a friend. When I'm looking for friends, it's people you have things in common, people who will add value to your life, and I will also equally do the same thing for them. It was not easy for me. I have found a friend. I could say I have found a friend that I work with because we are on the same, we're aligned. I think I would say our values are aligned, and that's also something very, very hard to find. You can find, yes, you'll find people to talk to chat to, but then one person that you can really, really rely on, a girlfriend to go out. I've been in Australia for 4 years and I have not had a girls' night out.
Oh my God.
I know. Sad story. I haven't. The last time I went out was to paint, what was it called? Sip and paint. Some ladies
Nice.
organized an art thing where we sipped wine as we painted a flower, and it was good. And then I remember after that, because we were sipping and painting, I was so excited. I was like, "Yeah, we can go out," and they were like, "Yeah," but then I could see themselves give each other looks. So I was the only one who wanted to go out after that. I honestly have not had. I couldn't tell you what Sydney nightclubs look like because I
No
haven't been.
way.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
the
I
first
don't
thing
know.
you
I
told
don't
me.
know. Don't ask me. I have not been to a nightclub. That's on my to-do list. I have not been to.
Okay, good. Then just stay like that because I'm coming to Australia and then we are doing a club hopping in Sydney.
I would
For
love to
3 weeks.
know what a nightclub looks like in Sydney. You know what you watch in the movie? I don't know. Don't ask me. You've come to the wrong person.
Okay. Oh,
Someone in this room says, I don't know. When I said, I don't know what a nightclub looks like, and he goes, they're dark. Thanks.
so you don't need to go. You already know now.
They're
All
dark. Yeah.
right. So let me. Oh God, where do I even start? This is a list. I don't know if you see. This is the list of countries you don't need a visa.
It's not in focus. Whoa, can I read them? Gambia, Bahamas. No
Yes.
way.
Trinidad and
Zimbabwe,
Tobago.
Gambia. Oh, Vanuatu. That's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Solomon Islands, South Africa,
Saint
Samoa.
Vincent.
No way.
Malaysia.
Samoa and Vanuatu are close to me, at least.
Malaysia.
Mauritius. Maldives, Grenada, Jamaica,
Cyprus.
Ethiopia, Dominica, Cyprus, Barbados. Right, that's right. We're coming to see Rihanna.
Belize.
Butswana, Burundi, Fiji. Thank you. They're so close
You're
to
most
me.
welcome. Oh my God,
Right.
Kathy had already written everything here. Thank you so much, Kat. Thank you very, very much.
That is on point.
Everybody for joining
Thank
in.
you, Kat.
I really
How
appreciate
come I can't see the people commenting on your
it. Do
chat?
you want me to? I can also write it up here if you want.
Oh, I can see them. Wow, I'm so.
Can you? Okay, now
I can
we're
see them.
something new. Okay, perfect. So, but I don't want you concentrating so much on the comments and then forget me. Guys, I'm so happy
Right.
you're here. At least you're correcting me when I say something that isn't that you guys have more insight on. So if I've forgotten you and you're just listening and working and doing something on the side, I'm very sure someone like Pamela is maybe still working. Just say hi or send a smiley. I'll know you're still with us.
Wendy has said something about making friendship. It's hard because you're always that willing. That is true. The friends that I have formed, I used to work with, but they were already friends. So I'm kind of like joining them, but they already have their clique. I am dying to have girlfriends.
I
Like,
know.
if I could have you here, my life would be so. And then,
Wendy, you need to
don't
come to
even get me
Australia. Let's
started.
just
It's
park and go.
frustrating. Pardon?
Wendy and myself are just packing and coming to you.
No.
Okay,
I
no,
shall receive you with open arms. It's
no,
hard.
I didn't want to
I
make
mean,
you.
who would have thought? Like someone to just be silly with. And then there's nothing as bad as trying to make friendship with people on a different level to you. You feel you need to explain. It's too much work. If it doesn't work, you have to explain yourself. And then you have to explain why you said what you said because they don't get it. And then you're like, okay, bye, I'm going home because you can't.
Can I do that? Does that bother you?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I can do that when a reply comes. Yeah.
Queen Dale, I would love to go to Ghana too. Funny
Me
she should say
too.
that. I have my neighbors up like stone throw away. They're from Ghana, and we have attended a house party, and they're full of life. They love to dance. Their food, you know how Kenyans we have pilau. They have some sort of rice that looks like pilau, but then it's not pilau. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you and I had a certain kind of a lifestyle in Nairobi. That is why it is so hard for us not to have girlfriends and not to have a group with you, because we were like always in a group, right?
We were. You and I were friends, but we also
Yeah,
knew how to socialize with other people, but we still had our thing going on.
yeah. Like we were friends, but there were always people around us. We were not.
Other people were welcome, but it was a party of two.
It was always a party of two, but we always had a third glass or the fourth one. And even if I wasn't there, you were in good company. If you're not there,
Yeah.
I know I have company. And always going to karaoke together and
Oh my
having a
God,
nice time.
you have to tell people that my first karaoke you took me. Do you remember?
I know. I remember.
Okay,
And
fine.
definitely, but it's because you
I need
could
to.
you are that makes me so angry. Don't make me talk about it right now.
Okay, I won't make you talk about it. Yes, jollof.
Guys,
This is Africa. Jollof rice. That's the one.
what do you mean, Zuri chat? You were using cat Yama. Which one were you using?
I am
That's all
following all
right.
the
That
receipts
is all
of
right.
Africa.
That is all right, Zuri chat. So this is Africa says that is jollof rice, and Ghana and Nigeria are always fighting which country has the best jollof rice.
I think even without being to Ghana, I would probably say Nigeria.
Do not offend anyone here.
I mean, I don't know what
I've
I'm
tried
talking
both.
about.
I think both are good. They're just really good, well done rice, guys. You don't have to fight about good food now. Anyway, what I was at. So, guys, let me just blast this girl here. She can sing. She can
Oh,
sing so
something.
well, and that's why I took her to her first karaoke, because I knew she could sing, and I wanted her to just put herself out there, and she did on that day, and it was just so good. It was so good. And why I'm mad at her is, at this point in time, she should even if it's not an album, her YouTube channel should be full of reviews and what are they called? Song reviews? No, what are they called?
Covers.
Covers. I want to see covers from you. I want covers.
Let
I
me tell you
want.
something. When I first came to Australia, not first, I mean, I know I read something somewhere that said, look for that dreams that keeps on coming back. It's your destiny,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I love singing, yes, I know that. But not bad. However, there's adulting and there's trying to maneuver my way around Australia. But I did take vocal lessons when I first came to Australia, and they were $40 per 30 minutes.
And then what happened? Because this is where I get mad.
What happened is I then started going to school, and if I have to work, obviously, to be able to afford those classes. I'll show you what number I have saved that my vocal coach as. You guys, let me just show you. You will probably cry with me or for me.
Zuri chat. Cat, I'm telling you, this girl can sing. Don't see her like this. She can sing. She used to make me cry in hostels.
Can you see?
My dream, yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So guys,
So
let us motivate this chick. You please, if you haven't, subscribe to her channel. It is Nyakio official. And as the next video, we are expecting a cover from her. I'm putting you on the spot like that. You can sing so well to let it go to waste.
I know Zuri Chats feels me,
And
right?
Zuri Chat, she can sing. This one can sing. And Zuri Chat, not let me not call her Zuri Chats, because Zuri Chats is two people. Kat Kamunde, and she is a poet, and she can also sing. She's an author. She's
Right.
on Amazon, and it is called A Heart in Ruins. So if you guys want to read her poetry,
Okay.
you will cry. She can write poetry. Check her out. But
What
I
is
want
it
to say
again?
about
Please
Kat,
tell me. A Heart in Ruins.
A Heart in Ruins in a green cover.
Okay. Is that
I
a
was
book?
doing poetry reading on live stream, and I read one of her poems in a live stream. But check her out. And the book, the poetry book is not that expensive. Everybody should actually have one. It's really, really
Right.
nice.
Zuri chats, here we come.
So Zuritat or Kat Kamunde can play guitar very well also. So
Nice.
guys, let's keep this music coming, guys.
Maybe we can jam together.
Yeah, you guys should be jamming together and giving us a lot of music. We are on lockdown right now.
Oh man, this is
Yeah,
so good.
adulting happened, and
I will
adulting.
tell you hands down, if I could do something with my life right now, if I had the opportunity to, I would probably pursue singing. If everything was the way it should be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, and everything is the way it should be.
As in,
Mm-mm.
mm,
No, 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 no. There is no
okay.
excuse. I want to see you sing. Please don't let it go to waste. Guys, she used to give me a lot of life
Yay!
singing. Her name is Nyakio Official, like she's written down here. Oh, where is it? I'm trying to do this to you as down here. Here. I can't. Nyakio Official is her YouTube name. Yeah, so guys, let us continue with our
Yeah.
topic. Well, we
Yeah.
know that is what I was talking about. We lose track of.
Digressing.
So has your sense of style changed since you went to
Yes.
Australia? How?
I go for what is comfortable.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
classy but comfortable, especially with shoes. I'll have pairs of heels occasionally, but like I said, I don't have anywhere to go with. No problem. But my sense of fashion, I believe you can be classy and comfortable at the same time. So I've become more comfortable with that. When I first came here, that was something as well. I didn't shop for clothes as much because I was a nurse and we wore uniform. And when I was not working, I was so tired to a point where I didn't know how to juggle my social life. So I kind of just didn't do much. So I didn't shop much. I've only just started shopping much because now I'm on an 8 to 4 job. And I'm more sneaker type of person. Comfort is key when I'm shopping for anything. Comfort, be it a t-shirt, a jeans, shoes. And I'm also very happy to invest. Invest is the word I'm going for. Invest in a pair of shoe or pants or a blouse or a handbag because I know that I'm not going to think about buying another handbag for the next how long. And we all are Kenyans. We know Caroline Motoko. She's talked about buying.
Where did my money go?
Where does my money go? And you can buy one handbag and it will take you to your meetings. You can take it to many places. You can just have two, one for every day and one for when you want to do, make those boss moves, and that's what you can use. So I go for comfort, but also very elegant because my page is about fashion. Because I love fashion, I probably do a few looks as we go when I get to editing because I know editing is something that I'm also learning to do. So
Yes.
I will post more of what my fashion has actually become. Good question. Thank you.
I cannot wait for that. I want to see how your sense of fashion has changed with time.
Yeah.
So that is also something else for me. I also became comfortable. You remember I used to buy shoes like every other day, cheap
Yep.
ones, but a lot of them. That has changed for me too. And I'm always like trying to be as comfortable as possible and wear less. That's why I love dresses because I want one piece and earrings and I'm done. I don't, how we used to layer and
Simplicity.
yeah. So I don't know if there's anything. What have I forgotten? What about medical insurance?
Good question. I love, excuse me. I love I just love the medical system in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a thing called Medicare. everyone who works pays for it in terms of there's a portion of your salary that goes towards Medicare. And if you're in Australia, that's something you don't have to worry about is your health. Literally.
Okay.
Just show up to
Wow.
a hospital. As long as they do bulk billing, show up with your Medicare card. The only thing you buy is your own medication. Even if
Mm-hmm.
you've got the chronic diseases, say cancer, or um, you don't pay a single cent for that. Not as I'm aware of. God forbid, I don't want to find out so much about that. But I know that Medicare covers that. I also know that if in Kenya, when you're pregnant and you are planning to have a baby, in your budget, watch out before you conceive that baby. In your budget, when you're thinking of having a baby, you have to include your delivery and hospital bill
Mm-hmm.
in that. Here, it's for free. It's covered under Medicare. Even if you show up and you are believing and hoping that you're flexible enough to push and you have a complication, and then you're like, oh my God, how am I going to pay for my cesarean? Nope, it's all included. And I just love that so much. I don't know about what happens when you're a student, but I would imagine that you pay for insurance, which I don't know. I would imagine that there's some sort of way that they do it. But I came here as a temporary resident and I was still covered by Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the best healthcare system, to be honest, that I could ever ask for. The best. The
Okay.
best. That one,
So
I will give them like a million thumbs up. They're so good. So, so
wow.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think we have found a similarity now because the German medical system is also very, very good. One of the best reasons why anybody should live in
Love you
Germany.
too, Queen Dyer or
Love you
Dyer.
too. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm also
Uh-huh.
proud of you, Pindayo. Check her channel out, Nyakio. You love it.
I shall. I
You're
shall.
welcome. You're welcome, Will.
Agro Ballers. William, welcome back.
Yeah, so yeah, the medical insurance in Germany is also just the best. And like you've said, also, I don't know how much it is for students or for even if someone is visiting you, you have to pay something to make sure that they're covered when they are staying with you, let's say for a month or 2 months.
Mhm,
But for residents, if you're
mhm.
living and you are residing in Germany, it is very easy and very would I say cheap. I mean, it is, the system is well done. You just get your card, your insurance card, and that's it. You can go to any doctor, you can go to any practice, and you will get medical care. And that means that even if it is just
Mhm.
something expensive like getting your teeth done or your skin or or having a surgery, it makes it way easier. But you just need the card, you just need the card. And that's why I get so mad when people in Germany get sick and they don't go to the doctor, because you
Right.
don't need a cent to go to the doctor. And I used to work in a hospital and I always got very mad because I was like, guys, do you understand that in other countries people die because of something like blood sugar or malaria or diarrhea in other countries, because people don't know what is going on and how to take care of it, and they do not have money to go to the hospital. So yeah, the German system is also really well.
I cannot fault them a single. Oh my gosh, I have total confidence in their medical. If I was to, God forbid, not that I want to be there ever, but I would feel I am in safe hands when it comes to Medicare here.
Yeah.
Medical cover, it's good. It's nothing to worry about. It's honestly, I think we're Kenyans and we know how far of a journey, I mean, how much of a journey we have to
Mhm.
travel to get to
Yeah.
where we want to be.
Yes.
But it's a dream. It is a dream. I think
Dream.
we all deserve medical cover. And I'll talk about something that you haven't asked me. When I
Yes.
first came here, something that I really struggled with, this is going to sound if you're not here,
Mm-hmm.
sanitary towels. There was not what I'm used to, like the tampons and the always. They've only just brought them here last year. Can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine?
What? Last year?
Yes, there was not that brand at all. You should have
Yeah,
seen
but
my face when I
what
went
was
there, and I'm like,
that?
oh my God, always. Yes, there wasn't that, but they're good. I'm not saying they're bad, but
Or
the
what
brand, I
was
wasn't.
there?
What brands are there? Libra?
No, I mean, but the brands that were there were not similar to what you used to, or what do you mean?
Nothing, no.
What are you talking about? What did people use?
They use the brands are different. I'm just talking about it's the same product but a different brand. So I
Just
was
send
happy,
brand. It's
different
okay.
brand, an Australian.
I'll send them an invoice.
Yeah, but I mean, when always came last year, I was my gosh, you've never seen someone so excited about panty liners.
And okay, I get it now. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So that was a
I'm
challenge.
happy that they're on the same page finally. Okay, I
Wow.
need to bring that up there. It's so many things that you look for that you. Oh my gosh! May I please
Massage.
talk
I wanted to tell
about
you about massage.
pedicure and manicure? It's a joke, in my opinion.
Tell me about it.
It's a joke, a
Tell
total joke, a joke that's not haha joke, but a joke. So I walk in. I'm like, manicure, pedicure. Most places are owned by Asians. Lovely, lovely Asians. Um, I don't even care about what language they speak. You can speak whatever language you're going to do to speak as long as you do your job. So I
yes.
walked in the first day. I could cry. You know your experience with
That
hair?
bad?
I could cry with my nails. The scrubbing of the feet, it's like they're washing a baby. I'm like, dude, I do walk on these feet. They need good scrubbing, like the Kenyan scrubbing. I'm like, my feet are for life. You can scrub them. They're not going anywhere. And they wear gloves. That was a culture shock. Gloves when they're doing manicure, pedicure. Do they do that in Germany?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if we need to introduce that in Kenya, but my friend, I've never seen anyone gloving up to attend to my feet. But it was okay. You can glove up. But the way they do it, it's like patting a cat or something, putting me to sleep.
Not for
Like,
our feet.
what
Not
is
for
this?
our kind of feet.
What is this? Look at you say scrub. Sister.
Until
Fungua.
you see blood.
There wasn't that. And then the amount of money that you're charged for the services
For the services.
for this,
How much?
uh $40
What?
shellac. And then they do, oh, well, that has taught me that time in this Western world is money. It's all about the next client, and the quicker you can do it, the better.
Oh my God.
One thing that annoyed me, you know how we use, like, you know, a grater, carrot grater?
Yeah.
That's what people in Kenya use, right? For a feet. It's some kind of a scraper
Something like
thing.
that. Yeah. It's like, but it's tinier than a grater, but
Of
yeah.
course, it's tinier than a grater, but they scrub. That's what they use to scrape off the dead skin of your feet.
Yes.
Until I came here and someone used a razor blade to peel the skin off of my feet. Are you
Yes.
serious?
Yeah.
That is unacceptable.
Why?
What do you mean why?
They-
Why
they-
are you peeling my skin with a wembe? Why would you? What if you cut me?
yeah, but it is dead skin.
So you
So
cut it off?
you need to peel it like a potato.
At what point do you decide that okay, that's enough dead skin now? I've gotten to her actual skin.
That is their job. We'll know
No,
when we see blood.
I'll tell you why. There's a lady at my work. She's turning 60 this year. Stop laughing, okay? Serious matters here, Cecilia. I'm not playing. She went and she was getting. This is her. I'm just gonna try and mimic her, right? Because I love to do this. Oh my god! I was going to my friend's 70th birthday, and I walk in with my girlfriends. I like the way at 70 and 60s they still call each other's girlfriends. I think that's cute.
Nice.
And I walk in with my girlfriend, and we're talking about this is how she talks, as if she's exhausted all the time. and we're talking.
Maybe she is all the time.
And I'm talking to a friend of mine, and my feet are getting down for my girlfriend's 70th, and then I stop laughing. I'm in full proper theater mode over here.
I'm sorry.
And before I could look at it, oh my God, she chopped my foot off. She literally, alimkata mguu. It's not a kid. It's not a joke. And you know, she's a nurse. See this, the heel? Practical. I'm practical like that. I know you know what a heel is, but for some reason I feel like I need to show you.
Yeah, show us.
Anyway,
We want to see.
you want it. If you see any cracks in my feet, just know it's these ones. It's,
For 1,500 Australian dollars.
so she's anyway, because we're laughing, it's not a stop it.
That's how you
She
get
took a
massages.
big chunk of her foot, and now she's got a hole in her heel because of using those cutting things. You're not legally allowed to use razor blades, Seth. I don't know why they used it on her.
I have had that and it wasn't bad.
Okay, so that's why you're defending them. Okay.
I've had it and I was also skeptical. I was like, what are you trying to do with the blade? But it was tiny and she did not use it all the way. It was like the first layer, but I needed it. So it was like the first layer. Hey, I cannot survive. I cannot survive. Let me tell you. The reason I wear wigs is because I need to save money for a pedi. I cannot live without pedicures. My feet, the way my feet are made, the way they were created, I need pedicures.
At this point in time, Zuri chat, this is serious. Where's someone doing serious?
We'll do a harambe here for pedicures.
I cannot justify the amount of money I pay for a pedicure in Australia.
How much?
No. It's not about the money. You charge me however much you want to charge me, but do your job. Not these ones. What's this? To feet that actually walk the face, that walk on this earth that God created. It's not funny.
How much is it?
$40, $50 plus shellac. Oh, that's another thing I learned. I learned that gel polish is shellac. I used to call it gel, but shellac is also good. I mean, education, enlightenment, and they enlightened a sister. It's shellac. Because the first time I went there, it was like, I want to do my nail polish. You want normal or shellac? And I'm like, what? Gel. Shellac? Yeah. I wasn't sure that that's what they were actually going to do. But I'm very, very disappointed. I cannot recommend one single place being here in almost 4 years that does a proper pedicure. And I'm not kidding.
I've never had a problem with pedicures or manicures in Germany. That is like that is like my therapy every month. I need because every time I go, oh my God, I did a video on beauty, the price of beauty in Germany. It's on my YouTube channel if you guys haven't watched it. And it shows what I get done. Now it's different because of the whole lockdown thingy, but getting a pedicure for me is my therapy because she is so good, and it's on that video. She's so good. I just get there, I lie down. She has like different equipments for my feet, and she does the shellac thingy and a facial and making.
I am so done with that business. I'm going to get myself that what is it called? A foot spa thing.
Yeah,
it's $100, and I'm going to do it myself to a point where I've started doing my nails myself now. I'm done with that shellac business. If you're not going to give me, I've tried to go to different places. Maybe it's me, maybe it's where I live, but I doubt it. But it's this. No way.
Maybe,
no.
Maybe
I don't like it.
Maybe you should try Sydney. It being a bigger
Maybe
city.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I haven't tried pedicures in Sydney, but I think they would be good.
I
But
promised
now,
myself that, yeah, I promised myself that even if I can, because I cannot, like you're saying, I cannot justify paying for braids that are there for like 4 weeks, 150 euros. I cannot justify that. So I would rather wear
mm,
my wigs and then use that money for pedicures and manis and maybe a facial. And I'm telling you, they are worth it. It is a whole experience,
shopping.
whole experience. I really love it. That I cannot
So
complain.
maybe that's actually a good thing for my channel, because I'll be like, I'm not shaming these streets, but it's rough. If you want your feet scrubbed, my friend, do it at home in your own shower. Nunua mawe ya kusugua.
And we all that, isn't it? Sorry, I'm saying bless you in German to my boyfriend,
Someone sneezing.
and he sends you a kiss.
Mwah.
All right, so yeah. So what did I want to say? So I think we've already exhausted our time. I wanted this podcast to be going for only 2 hours. Look at us now. And then we'll have to
239.41.
split you another
So
one.
I had to bring that up issue. I had next time, God willing, when we do this, I
Yeah.
will give feedback for when I go to Sydney and try to do something
Yeah.
different. I
And
can talk so much about beauty,
so don't
threading.
think
I've
we
had to,
forget.
pardon?
Don't think we're forgetting this pedicure and the song cover.
I don't know about singing, I will be honest with you. But
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. We'll give you time, but we'll not forget.
Keep me accountable. By June, I'll do something.
By June,
Mm-hmm.
we'll be old by June.
No, no, it's only like we're in January, May, Shatu Ivo too.
All right, sawa
And
tu.
I actually didn't say June what year. Could be June 2022.
Now, when I already thought June this year is too far. Wendy's saying sing. Wendy is with me.
I
Wendy,
know Wendy has always said to me, bless you, Wendy, she's always said to me she has this thing where she believes that singing is the thing for me that will take me very far. She's always said that to me.
and I know
Um,
why. Because when you sing, you go in a totally different space. You are a totally different person when you sing.
I wish
And
I could see me the way you see me.
yeah, I wish
Probably
you
need
would.
that.
I wish you would
Should have
see
taken that
my
video.
eyes.
But yeah,
Totally. When you sing,
okay, before we go, in 2018 there was this show coming up in Australia. It was called The 100,
yes.
and it was kind of like The Voice, but it was a bit, I think the UK have it. Wendy, have you heard of the show called The 100, where you sing and there's 100 people, like the panel,
Yeah.
and if they like, whoever likes you, they stand up for you.
Nice.
If they like your singing, they just
Yeah.
press the buzzer. And one of the main judges was Ronan Keating. You know, If Tomorrow
Oh,
Never Comes guy.
yeah. If tomorrow
And
never comes.
yes,
Yes.
and I auditioned. I mean, I didn't audition for it. They said, if you think you're special or you've got a story to tell and you can sing, fill in this form, blah blah blah. And I got into the middle of filling it, and then I was like, this is never going to go anywhere. So I stopped. And then I got an email. I didn't know that, because I'd already filled in your name, address, where you live. So they could have contacted me if they wanted to. And then I got to a point where, okay, Wendy. And then I got to a point. Wendy, can you see Wendy's
Yeah,
comment?
I can see. I can see
Wow,
now.
Wendy, stop it. And I had, when I quit filling it in, because I had a glass of wine, I was under the influence, my confidence was Zuko 1,000%. You know how wine makes you feel so good. And anyway, I was just typing things down, and I never got to finish the application, but I got the producers emailing me saying, you do look like you've got a good story and you've got a good, why don't you just finish your application? And I was like, oh my gosh. And I never did. But
I
I
know.
went to the filming of the show, and I saw what it was like, and it had people who could sing. Compared to me, I mean, they were not all good, but my goodness. Anyway,
That is the
that
problem
fits me
right
very well
there.
because I've never over self-criticism. I know it's a big.
No, no, you don't know how good you are.
uh,
You still don't know how good you are. I don't know when you sing what you hear, but it's different from what we hear.
Tone deaf.
I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't know how we're going to do this. I think you need someone to record you, or you need to sing for yourself, and film yourself, and then listen to that because you can sing, girl.
I hear you.
You only need to overcome that thingy where you think there are better people than myself, because you have a lot to offer and you are depriving us of your talent.
Oh, thank you.
So
Honestly, thank you so much.
let us end this stream by me going through the comments, if we've forgotten anything, and saying thank you to everybody, before we sign off. Guys, I'll be going live very often. I have like 10 days off. So I'll be going live like almost every day, so you guys can always come over and check it out. I will always put it on my Instagram, my Facebook, and also I'll be scheduling my lives here. So Queen Dio was saying, let me start here before we go. So where are we? Queen Dio, where are you again? Queen Dio was saying KFC is Bay, as we were talking about KFC. And
It
also
is there for
KFC
real,
is.
but I haven't had any junk food this year, like from any markets. Today I had fish and chips.
I missed that when we just got up and just went somewhere and ate. You
Sanford.
sent me photos of you guys going for lunch. I was so jealous. How do you just go and sit in a restaurant? In Germany, everything is closed.
Well, come to Australia. That's a
All right.
solution.
Yeah. So I'll pay
You have
five
to pay
thousand
5,000 euros or something to get here.
to come to a restaurant. So Kundaya also says avocado so cheap here. Yes, you guys are in heaven. If you're in Kenya, we are saying right now, you guys are in heaven. You'll never understand. You'll never believe us. So someone is saying grace favored. In au pair, you have to finish the contract, I believe, because you have to sign some documents. In Germany, you are always signing documents. I think my first year here, I signed, I don't know how many documents. It was just signatures and signatures, a lot of paperwork in Germany. So that is very true. All right. Yes, Nyakio, super proud. Wendy is very proud of you. I am
Thank
also.
you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much.
Thank you for explanation. I'm a girl, Fidelis. It's a two-way name, and I also did au pair too. Okay, Fidelis is a girl, and I was confused if it's a girl or a guy, and also did au pair live here. Quindayo is very proud of us. Thank you so much. Fidelis, very informative information for people looking forward to come to abroad. I'm very happy that you got some tips here.
I'm glad to.
Wow, which education could be that way in Kenya? Yeah, in Kenya, everything you have to pay. You either have to pay or you have to know someone. Yeah, I think most of them we already had answered. Let me see if there's any we forgot. Glad I just bumped into this. Hi guys, Zuri chats when she just came in. I'm so glad that you could be here.
I've just seen something that Wendy wrote. I know you're going through the comments when I was talking about beer is cheaper than avocado. She was like, in New Zealand, beer was cheaper than bottled water. That's hilarious.
Here, right? Yeah, I remember when I also came to Germany, I was like, oh my God, wine is so cheap. Beer is so cheap for 50 cents. You're not going to get water for 50 cents. Oh, right. No, you will. But beer and wine, it was so cheap for me when I first got here. Regina was here. You don't know Regina. You don't know. Why don't you know Regina?
I have heard of Regina. We never got to meet.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Are you still here? Reggie, say hi. I'm so glad that you come to my lives. I'm very, very happy. Yeah, so this was very interesting. I forgot to read it while when she wrote because we were talking. My culture shock was packing my things at the supermarket. I was there waiting for one to do that. Shock on me. And that is the biggest culture shock for me also when I came to Germany because in Kenya you just sit there and you just wait to pay and someone is packing your things at the supermarket. And here, it's not only that you pack it yourself, you also have to be fast because people will be looking at you like, what are you waiting for? People want you the moment it's you, you're supposed to be already packing. The
It's as
moment,
if you're a teller. I know. It's as if you work there.
yeah,
They
and
give
the
you
moment
some
she's
weird
done,
looks like, hurry up. What are you
yeah, you're
doing?
supposed to be very fast because people are waiting. People have to go to other
In
things.
in Australia, you have an option of going to a teller or to doing it yourself. On that note, something that was a big culture shock in Kenya, when you go to fuel your cars, you sit in the car and
Someone
the
here,
car is fueled for you, and there's a
wash your
windscreen
window.
wiper. Here, my friend, park your car, get out of the car, fuel,
Go and pay.
and then go and pay, and then come back and drive off. Your windscreen is dirty. No one cares.
No
Give it your
one
fuel. There is
cares.
the water. There's your water.
Wash your goddamn car. Wash your
And
own
that is
car.
that is character building. Conflict.
I used to think like that. I was like, oh my god, how do people just not run away?
I don't know how they live
You
like this,
just
and they think it's normal.
you park your car and then you get out, you fuel it. Nobody is there to watch you if you fueled or not. And then you go inside the what is it called? The shop
Cashier
and
space.
pay. So I was thinking if this was in Kenya, let me stop it there.
All gas stations would be broke and closed shop because people didn't pay.
People just
But
okay.
then,
We're
yeah,
not saying that people run in Kenya. If you're not Kenyan, we don't do that. So Zuri Chats was saying in Kenya, I guess we are used to hotel or room service. It was therefore such a shocker when my girlfriend and I tried the same at German hotel. They told us to go down and get ourselves. Let me tell you guys, don't expect that kind of service in Germany where people are just bringing you whatever you want where you are. Do it yourself.
you know what was so
Yourself.
bad? That I went to a place here for lunch and I wanted to get, they could not even bring me knives and forks. I was
Yeah, if knives and forks are,
serious.
if it is a self-service, it
Why?
is a self-service.
Why are you doing
If
this
it
to
is of
me?
Australia.
I have paid to be here. I belong
Yeah.
here. Therefore, give me my, bring them to me.
No, no,
Nope,
no.
it doesn't work.
No, 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 no. That's not
Ah,
how we do it here. Yeah, in
can
Germany,
you
we
imagine?
are also
I have I woke up in the morning, I went to work, I've paid my taxes, I have earned my money, I have come to
everybody.
the hotel, I have bought food, I have ordered correctly, being polite, saying hello, smiled, and you still want me, you're giving me a buzzer to come and pick it up? And
Let me
then,
tell you, yeah, it's the same here.
nah.
Let me tell you, it took me a very long time to get used to the service in Germany. People are nice, but only as nice as they're supposed to be. Like it ends
They
there. Not extra
give
nice and they'll bring
more
you
extra
something from another
things.
shop. Like in Kenya. In Kenya you sit here and this is a bar and you can send someone to get you something from the supermarket there and from the butchery there and from the chemist there while you're seated here. Don't
Mhm.
expect that in Germany. Of course not. So anyway, Zuri Chat says, I actually appreciate how blunt Germans are. Me too. I love how honest
Where
they are.
does Zuri Cat live?
She, if you've seen my Lisbon video, she's in the Lisbon video. She
Nah.
was living in Dubai And now she's in Kenya for a period of time before she either comes to Germany or goes back to Dubai.
Nice. Okay.
So tell me if I'm wrong, Zuri Chats, if your plans have changed, but she loves Germany and she wants to come to Germany. So Wendy says, preach, sister, preach. And then she said, I will go to my little corner now, wisdom. I think it's when we were talking about honesty.
Right. Okay.
And then she said, Nyakio, but more women are sort of trained to be mother hens from a young age. You are given a doll to take care of. Very true. When
I think that's when we were talking about not thinking of other people so much before you, instead of putting yourself first, you think of other people, you put other people first, kind of thing, and not sugarcoating or preparing and giving them disclaimers of what you're about to say, whereas you could just say it. I think that's what she was talking about. So I think I'm still looking after that doll I got given.
Yeah, but I also think, if you ask me, I think it's also a culture thing. I think in Africa we are very much we are always being raised to take care of people. Like, I was talking to a girlfriend sometime, and we were saying of how I cannot remember any time that anybody taught me to be happy or to think about my needs. It took a long time before you meet even another female. Leave alone the men don't even interfere with the raising of daughters. If from my own experience, so the women will always teach you to, do you know how to cook for, because you'll always hear something like, you need to know how to cook for your husband, you need to know how to wash for your husband, you need to know how to present yourself to the man. It is always how to be a woman, someone's wife or someone's mother. It is not about you being a woman. So that was my experience. Maybe it was old school. I'm that old. Maybe it was old school. But I think but I think that is what made us to always think about other people before you really can stand for yourself and say, no, I'm not doing this, or no, I'm not going here, no, I'm not available. It takes a lot of teaching yourself. You have to teach yourself. So this is where Wendy said that you are blasting her.
Yeah, I think when I said about her doing her own hair.
Yeah. This is Africa was saying, I think Ghana is another country where you don't need a visa.
Okay.
And Selena Nancy is also a YouTuber. This is Africa is also a YouTuber, and this is Africa supports a lot of African YouTubers. You should actually follow them, Nyakio. They will help you grow. Selena Nancy is also a YouTuber, does a lot of recipes and all that good stuff.
I shall follow them. I'm all up for the recipes. What?
Yeah. You can come back, or you can ask me about all of them. I know about all of them, and
Please
I'll give
do.
you channels. Yeah. So who else? Jollof. We already talked about jollof rice from Ghana. So let me see if there's anything else. Zuri Chat was asking, you can sing well. Yes, she can. Take it from me, she can. All right. So adulting happened and people stopped singing. I'm very mad at that. Mwanyagetinge, he's always teasing me that I don't know how to say his name. He's in our YouTube group. We have a YouTube group, by the way, but it's a lot of hard work.
You have to apply.
You'll be able to do the work. We support each other in everything.
Mwanyagetinge, Drama TV, sai niko free sasa. Sawa.
Sawa, karibu sana. So what else? It was a great session. I loved it. You're much welcome, Queen Dio. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you. And Queen Dio, I saw you have a new video with Mwakazis from today. I will watch it, definitely.
Mwakazi as in Johnson Mwakazi.
Mwakazis is also a YouTuber, and he's a personal trainer in Kenya and does a workout.
Oh, short. I'm following him.
Yeah, you should. But the bumps won't work until you pay first. They push a button after paying.
The pump. I think about fueling your petrol. Wow. Where is this? Where does Africa live?
And now I'm confused. Yeah, in America.
All right, okay.
No, in Germany you can do that. This is Africa. You can just you will pay and then you will pump your gas and then you'll pay once you're inside.
Yep, same as here.
Called self-service. Um, it's the same way in America, but the customer service in America is a horror story. I've never been there, but I've also heard a lot about the customer service in America. Also, it's not the best. I always expected that it's going to be good because they get paid from the tips. Most people get paid from the tips. I thought maybe the customer service was going to be better there.
Mm-hmm.
So Kat Kamundo is saying I will get back home to Dubai first, then maybe do another German visit soon. Yeah, please come here, please come here. Kat was here, I think 2 weeks before the whole lockdown happened with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a very good time. And then the moment she landed in Dubai, I think the next day or the next week, the same week, everything was closed. So I'm so happy you are here, Kat. Come back. Yeah, so I think that was it. This is Africa saying same way in America, the pumps. Okay, so you have to pump first and then you go and pay. Yeah, okay. All right. So Queen Dio, thank you so much. Guys, if you do not have me, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to Nyakio Official's channel. Check her out on Instagram. Also, if you want to know anything about Nyakio, ask me. I will tell you.
Really? Johnson Wakazi is his brother. Okay.
Yes,
Woo.
they are all in here. We are all in the same WhatsApp group for YouTubers.
Yes. Do you know which Johnson Wakazi we're talking about, by the way?
No.
The one who used to do voiceovers for Citizen TV. That Johnson Wakazi.
Really?
Yes, they're brothers. I could tell you don't recognize though. Girl.
Oh, I did not know that. Unaona umekuja kunichanua. Now you've calmed me. In Oregon, where I am in the 50s, you cannot pump your own petrol. They make the stations hire pump employees. Ah, okay. Interesting. I did not know that. Very interesting.
I think they
So
should
I was
implement
planning
that
to
here.
come to the US and then COVID happened and then COVID. But we will make sure we come very soon. So guys, I wish I had more time, but I also have a lot of other duties I planned out today. But I would have stayed here with you for like 8 hours if it was possible.
But it's also 11:20 p.m.
Yeah, you
and
need to get some sleep. For me, it
need
is
to shower, sleep.
For me, it's 1:15 on Saturday.
Nice PM. You still have the rest of your Saturday to go.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm doing today, my boyfriend and myself, we're setting up the extra
Hi,
room
this
we have.
is Africa. You seem lovely. I'll follow you.
Ah, nice, interesting, very interesting.
I know Queen Deo Mwakazi's voice was the bomb.
Imagine I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'll have to find him now. You know me, even when I was in Kenya. When did I watch TV? I was always in DVDs.
Even if you didn't watch TV, Johnson Mwakazi was doing commercials, advertisements.
Alright. By the way, Kundayo, Ebu ask Mwakazi for me why he never comes to my live stream. I'm blasting him today.
This is Africa. Found whose channel? Mwakazi's. The Mwakazi or Mwakazi's sister's friend?
Thank you so much, Richard. Yeah, so he's called the Mwakazis, the one that does workout sessions. Find him, check him out, guys. He has a lot of good tips about exercise and what you need to do as far as exercise is concerned in Kenya. So, or if you want to do it at home, and a lot of YouTubers also visit him and they do workouts together. And we had planned maybe we should do another live stream with Mwakazi, so you guys will see him also there. So guys, let me please end this because I know myself we could continue saying goodbye for another 1 hour. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my live stream, for being with us today. Thank you so much to our guests, Nyakio Official, Emily. I love you so much, girl. You know that. And I'm very happy that you agreed and accepted my invitation to be one of the first people on my podcast. And I'm very sure we'll be doing another one very soon. We're not done. We're not done at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
We
So
have lots to talk about.
I'm looking forward to your YouTube journey. I know it's going to be a fun
Okay.
one.
Thank you.
Have fun with it. Don't let the YouTube system stress you up, because it dawns on you very fast that YouTube is stressful. Just have fun with it as much as possible. I also took my time before I started looking for subscribers and views. I took my time and had a lot of fun just learning how to edit and how to film. So, do you want to say anything else? Anywhere, talk about your page and where people will find you?
I am on Instagram, Nyakio Official, and YouTube, Nyakio Official, which I've just recently posted a video of me introducing myself and what I hope to do or showcase on my channel. But I am yet to post an actual video. So follow me for more. Accountability is key. So I hope to have lots of fun. I am going to a trip tomorrow somewhere in Australia, which I have been vlogging about, and I'm here to edit that video, and it's going to be fun. I am looking forward to going. I look forward to showing you what it is that I'm up to tomorrow. That weekend, I will actually post it and say that this is as of if you've watched this live video, you will know what it is that it's about. So thank you so much, Sis Africa, Zuri Chats, Wendy, William, Quindeo. I know it's the same person as Kat, I think.
No.
And
Zuri Chat is the same as Kat.
yeah, that's what I said. She's the same person.
Okay.
And I will scroll up. The ladies whose profile picture had a toy in it, Quindeo.
Yes.
Same person? Right. Okay. Zuri Chat is Kat, and then Queen. Okay, cool. Right. And everybody else. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much, Cess, for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to more of this. And thank you so much for the laughter.
Yeah, it was a good one. I really had fun. I knew we were going to have fun. That was not a question. I knew we were going to have fun, but I'm also happy that also other people also had fun, because I was worried that that it was too early during the day on a Saturday, that people would be busy and they would not be able to join us. But we had already planned to have a lot of fun, so I'm glad we could share with you guys. Thank you so much. I will invite you to more lives and more podcasts. I hope you stay with me and you remain as supportive as you are. And Quindayo, I know he's very supportive. I'm just joking. He's always watching my videos, but live streams I've not seen him. But I'll talk to him about that. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much to Emily, and I will see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. Don't be so hard. Yeah, everybody's going through a lot, so don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing all right.
Bye. God bless. Bye.
Have a nice day, guys. Good night, Emily.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.